Hey guys, J-Man here in the Fantom Zone. We're just going to keep it loose and casual this week, talking about whatever you want to talk about. I wanted to just point out, I put a link up in the chat. That link is to a Facebook group that I've created for DC Comics Presents. DC Comics Presents is a 97 issue and 4 annual comic book. It's a team-up book, one of many team-up books, and it features Superman teaming up with a different character or characters in every issue. It's a great series. It's something that I just recently started to collect the actual comic books, so I'm on a mission to get all the issues, so I'm really excited to try to get all of those. If you're on Facebook, join it. You know, it's a lot of fun. It's just posting stuff about Superman. It's Superman and team-ups, that's it. No movie talk. Unless you want to have like fan fiction, if you want to do fan fiction and say, oh, I'd love to see Superman team up with this person or whatever. So that's what that's all about. And that's the link right there. It's easy. It's facebook.com groups/DC Comics Presents. Logan's, how's it going, dude? Okay. So we're keeping it loose. We're going to bring in my first panelists. Steve, what's going on?
It's Thursday. It's the day before Friday, so
I know.
It's wonderful and horrible both at the same time. It's wonderful.
That was absolutely perfect. Remember Noises Off?
Yeah.
That was absolutely perfect without actually being any good.
Yeah. That's exactly how I feel about Thursdays.
It's absolutely perfect without actually being any good. It could not be reached. What's going on? You've already joined the Facebook group. I appreciate that.
Hey, could not be reached.
Steve, you're on the Facebook group, right? Did you join the DC
Presents or whatever?
Yeah. It's just fun. We're just having a, whatever. I thought I'd do something. My other Facebook groups died. I actually had the rights. I had obtained the licensing rights to show the Spider-Man comic strip, and so I actually obtained the rights to that, and I was posting it on Facebook, but really not too many people cared. And I'd rather do DC Comics Presents, which nobody cares about either, but it doesn't cost me anything, right?
Yeah, and on another note, hey, Skeptic, another note.
Oh, thank you.
I still read that Spider-Man comic strip. I just read it before I came on.
Yeah, so it'll eventually loop, right? Has it looped yet or not?
No.
I mean, I think it went on for a long time, so it's probably not going to loop for a long time because, and like Flash Gordon looped. And I'm actually friends with Jim Keefe, who is the he's not Alex Raymond. I don't know if he was the guy. I don't know if he was the second or third writer on Flash Gordon.
Right.
And he's cool. I'm friends with him on like legit friends on Facebook, which is awesome. And you can read the strips. It's all on Comics Kingdom.
Yeah.
Comics Kingdom, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's Comics. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, check out Comics Kingdom, guys, because like Fantom is still brand new though. Like Fantom is brand new. Yeah. I know that like Spider-Man's on repeats, Flash Gordon's on repeats. I don't know if Prince Valiant is on repeats or not. That'd be interesting to find out. Because I was reading that Phantom Mandrake is I don't know if Mandrake is new or not. But all of those comics are there for free. You get a strip a day, you log in every day. Now Mandrake, I think, is Sunday. It's Fantom has the weekdays and Saturday, but then Sunday's Fantom strip continues with every Sunday. So if you do all the Sunday strips, they're one story, and then all the other strips are a different story. And Spider-Man does, I think, 2 or 3 panels a day, and then the Sunday strip is a longer one. Yeah,
but the top 2 are generally like, this is Spider-Man. He's got powers of a spider. You know, he got written.
Right. So yeah, you're losing some panels to
filler.
To filler. Hey, Scouts. Okay, so wait, who are we? Oh, we already got some Skeptic. Hey, how's it going? I should say, hey dudes, I don't want to leave you out. You watched What If episode 5 and oh, awesome. What were your thoughts? So I haven't seen Shang-Chi. We didn't go see it. I was gonna go see it on my own. I was just gonna say, screw it, let me go see it. Because I kind of want to see it, but it's coming in about 30 days. It's about a month away from coming to streaming.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I watched this one guy who I really trust on YouTube. His channel is called Comic Tropes, and he's a big time comic nerd. And I mean, we already know this. The guys in the Fantom Zone, we already know that this is not Shang-Chi the comics. We know that.
Right.
But it's not the comics, not because they want to disrespect the comics. It's not the comics because they don't have the rights to Fu Manchu or his daughter or any of that stuff. And the MCU already effed up Mandarin before.
Yeah.
So we're in this weird situation with Shang-Chi where normally I'd be sitting here getting all pissed off saying this isn't the comics, F this movie. But I can't say that because they don't have the rights to Fu Manchu. But the problem is that Fu Manchu is my main draw. Now my secondary draw to the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, or the hand, or the whatever deadly, or whatever, Shang-Chi Master Kung Fu. The titles change. There's like there's the magazine Deadly Hands, and there's the hands. Steve will tell you Sean will tell you the names if you want to know the actual names. Just buy the Epic Collection, and then that's going to be your intro. My secondary draw is I like martial arts movies, and you guys all know I collect the Shaw Brothers films. I love the old Chopsakis, whatever. All that stuff is really cool to me. So I'm interested in this movie for the Kung Fu action, and I'm interested for the Fu Manchu stuff. Now, Fu Manchu is removed. We've got Tony Leung, who's a great actor, and I own a shit ton of that guy's movies. Steve owns a bunch too. Never mind. And Steve's not even a martial arts guy, and he owns a ton of his movies.
Yeah.
So this guy's a big star. Like when you got Steve's more than average movie collector. He's above average movie collector, but even he's got movies and I've got them too. And I'm a nerd for this Kung Fu stuff. So we all have his movies. So he's a draw. But see, I don't know what to make of all this. And I did not see the newest What If. Did you guys see the newest reveal on a new AA Wolverine? Yes, I did see that trailer where he's sitting in the bar. Suscast, what's going on? It's nothing. He's sitting in a bar. Did you see the trailer, Steve, for the game? So it's Wolverine. It's in a bar.
Okay.
Everyone's dead, and some guy comes up behind Wolverine with a knife, and Wolverine pops his claws out, and that's it. It's the teasiest teaser trailer of all time.
It's ironic because for game teasers, for game trailers, they're the exact opposite of movie trailers. So movie trailers, you don't really want to see everything, because if you already see everything in the trailer, what are you going to go to see the movie?
That's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
Game trailers, you want to see what you're going to get. You want to see the action. Yes. You want to see all the stuff happening.
Yeah, you're right. It says not the gameplay. It says no gameplay. It's just a cutscene. But I know cutscenes look good, right? Like,
yeah. I hope so by this point. If they don't look good, then what the hell is going on?
Right. I want to see some of the games. So again, this was like, whatever, like less than a minute. So they'll release a proper one. There's also the Rise of the Midnight Suns.
Okay.
They spelled it S-U-N, sun.
Oh, yes.
I don't think that's right. I'm like, I actually own the entire first mini-series, which I believe is the first of the Rise of the Midnight Suns. And not only that, but this is kind of dumb, I suppose. Each comic came with a poster, and then if you took it all out and put it together, it formed one big poster. And I actually formed that poster, which I thought maybe that was a dumb thing to do because it's probably worth. Now I've made the comics, I devalued the comics. Suscast is here. Thank you so much for coming by. What happened to the Suicide Squad game? I don't know what happened to the Suicide Squad game. I'm going to save my thoughts for when I come on. Okay, yeah, sure. What If has been good so far. Episode 3, 4, and 5 are good. No, I didn't like any of the What Ifs. Spider-Man fans stay winning. Okay, so yeah, we did not like. I don't like any of them. And Suscast, dude, you missed us beating the crap out of that show. Steve got there before me, but I'm at the point where I didn't watch this week's episode because I simply don't even care. I will watch it in order to fulfill my obligation of watching them all, and we'll probably talk about it on Sunday. But
Yeah,
I really don't like it at all. I don't know. And Sean and Stevens and Greymalkin are in varying degrees of dislike. Steve's probably the lowest. If you're lower than Sean, well, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
So you're lower than Sean. I would say I'm probably next.
Yeah.
And then Sean, I think maybe from my reaction. And then Gray is sort of a little bit more favorable, though not totally, because he did take a big dump on a few of those episodes. So even he's not.
He took a dump on 1, but he liked 2 and 3 from what I recall.
Yeah, so 2 was T'Challa. Oh, I did not like that. That's my worst one. 3 was Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I liked that one's my best one. I'm going to say the Ant-Man one is my best. The next one was Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like Rachel McAdams' character is so who cares? That was just like a not good. And the Watcher's standing right there. He's like, well, I don't interfere. Well, you're interfering by standing there, like by talking.
Right.
That was weird.
It's not like, as I said, like on the last one, I've given up on this being true what if. So now it's about how entertained am I per episode.
Yes.
And the last one was entertaining, mostly based off the cult of personality that is Benedict Cumberbatch, the voice of Doctor Strange, the characterization of Doctor Strange. The storylines to me now are just whatever. I don't care about any of them because to me, I like the sliding door stuff. This is not sliding door stuff. It's just like, if I could think of a word one word that completely encompasses my thoughts on this series, it's poppycock. I have no idea. The first one is probably the best one for me because it was the least annoying, then followed by Doctor Strange. They insert whodunits and then screw that up. The second one was just it was a dumpster fire. I think the next one are the Marvel Zombies. Sure. I never read the Marvel Zombies, so I'm going in there fresh, but like I don't care about any of this stuff. It's not really moving anything forward for me. Oh, there's Gray.
Hey. Okay, so yeah, we'll probably go through it better on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen this latest one. Was this Zombies today? Marvel Zombies?
I think that was next. Yeah.
Oh, that was today. So that was today.
No. Marvel Zombies was this week.
Was this week?
Yes.
Oh, so it came out like yesterday or whatever it was, right? Yeah. Okay. So I gotta watch that one. I'll watch that. All right. So let's go through a couple of these other real trailer, long-awaited Knights of the Old Republic game remake. I mean, I don't play Star Wars. I don't play video games. I'm barely playing the one that I play, which is pissing me off. The whole game is just Wolverine drinking and fighting in a bar for 40 hours. I know. That's what it seems like. Did you see did you see the trailer for the Wolverine video game?
I saw the video for it. I haven't get a chance to really see it yet. But yeah, like I imagine the last level is like, Wolverine, now we're at your intervention.
Stop drinking. Please help us out.
Oh, The Matrix. I saw the Matrix trailer this morning.
Oh yeah, let's talk about let's talk about that. Hold on, let me go through these comments. Let me catch up on comments and we can talk about that. Spider-Man fans stay winning. I guess Spider-Man was good. Captain Carter one. Yeah, Gray didn't like that one. I thought it was amusing at best. Should have created something new for the chicks, Daughters of Darkness or something. Yeah, Daughters of Darkness.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Wolverine game next. Yep. But yeah, it's just an announcement. I know it's just like it says teaser. It's fine. DC needs a what if. Yeah, they could do. I mean, they're already doing a what if sort of in their own storyline. Hey, Gray. Hey, you're here. What happened?
It's called Injustice.
Right? DC does have their own version. It's the Elseworlds story.
Elseworlds, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he was saying more like because the Elseworld. Yeah. Well, Red Sun is what if, right? What if he landed in a different part of the world, right? So he didn't land in Canada.
Red Sun is the ultimate what if to me because it literally is what if he just landed in the wrong place, like a different place, not the wrong place, a different place.
There's something called the Nail, which is
Yeah.
great. That's
Yeah.
where they get a flat tire, and that's why they see the Kents get a flat tire, and that's why they see the ship go down.
Yeah.
But in this one, there's no nail on the road, so they just pass by, they drive by.
Wow,
And
real sliding door stuff.
yeah, that's what if was Steve was just saying, sliding doors. That is what it's supposed to be. And then you know who finds them? The Luthors.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, that's the sort of thing I'm looking like, intriguing stuff. Like,
right,
what
that's
would
super
happen?
intriguing.
The problem with this is like it's just randomly like it's not giving you the alternate choice of the prime choice of the story. It's giving you a what if Killmonger just happened to be walking by and I'm like, what?
Right,
like,
right.
What are you talking about? Like, it's just I don't know. It's not my thing. If it's your thing, that's fine. I don't care if it's your thing or not, right? Like, you are entitled, as always, to like what you like. It's not my thing. When I read What If, I love the sliding doors. That's what I look for. If I don't get it, I'm then you have to just purely entertain me, which is what I was talking about with the Doctor Strange thing. Was it entertaining? More than usual, because I like Benedict Cumberbatch and I like his characterization of Doctor Strange. Did I like the story? Not really, but whatever.
There was no story. It's just him, like, I don't know. I didn't like this one either. I don't know. I like Benedict Cumberbatch. I just couldn't get into this one either. To me, this one, because I'm just like, okay, well, I guess the world's going to be destroyed. He just becomes a villain and just destroys everything. It's like, oh, okay, I don't know. And it's like, why? For that, Rachel McAdams, who we never saw in the movie, she did nothing.
Yeah, she wasn't particularly memorable. Like,
yeah,
when they put her in the car, what would have been interesting would have been the question, what if he hadn't had the accident?
Right. Yeah, but then see, yeah, even that, if he hadn't had the accident, then there's nothing, like, he'll just go on and do nothing. I don't know. But these what ifs are very tough to do.
They are tough, but like, it would be interesting that perhaps he's given the choice to go for enlightenment, right? Maybe he finds that guy, what's his name, Benjamin Bratt, right, and sees him and gets intrigued with how he can walk, because he's like, this guy can do something I can't. Like, I can't recreate a spinal column. Right. So then he finds out about that. Maybe he goes for enlightenment anyway, but maybe it's for a different purpose. Like, conceptually, it's interesting to say, what if he went through all of that training and didn't learn a damn thing and remained selfish and remained like, I try to fix things, which is what they say in the story. That is slightly interesting, but at the same time, then you're nullifying exactly what happened in the movie. Like, the Ancient One and all that, none of it mattered. So I'm like, okay. Why did he fight Dormammu then?
You can't go through this process and end up different than what he ended up as.
Yeah.
Because the whole point is that they're going to see that you're going to be bad, or and they'll stop it, or something will happen. Like, you can't do this. Like, and actually, I just saw something, I think, Suscast. Yeah. What if Superman joins Zod? See, that can't happen, because Zod comes when Superman's already a grown man and already Superman. So he would never join Zod. So that can't happen. You have to for Superman to be different, it has to be something when he's a child, right? So it's like, for example, again, he lands in Russia.
What if he met Zod when he was a kid?
Right, if Zod had come down earlier and Zod raised him.
Right. Or yeah, like when Clark was discovering his powers, Zod came with them. Say, for example, the Superman movie, when Clark is running alongside that train. What if Zod came there was like, hey, what's going on? Like,
right,
you're just like me, just something like that.
Yeah, well, it could be like, what if Zod didn't come across as so aggressive? What if he came across as a Kryptonian, right? Like, but would he have? That's the thing. Like, I think the trick of What If is you remain true to the characters, but present a different perspective.
Right.
That's the measure, like, the balancing act you do.
The second one here, what if Batman had killed Superman? Now that could be a possible what if.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The one I like the most that Suscast suggests is, what if Steve Trevor never died?
That
yeah,
he would have been a regular person, though, right? I mean, he would have.
But what would the impact have been on Wonder Woman? Like, would have what happened in '84? Like, she was, would that have happened in the same way? Like,
no, I think because he would have died from old age, and and then she would have moved on easier as losing him because she didn't have him, right?
Yeah,
it would have changed the Wonder Woman character, I think, a little.
Yeah, it would have changed one, but not enough as an interesting way for it to make it an interesting enough story, unless you came up with something very clever, like maybe Steve Trevor doesn't die, and then later starts to adopt a different personality about war or fighting, and he wants Wonder Woman to do more and say, "Look, I want you to fight more," or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they could have a conflict because he's still a soldier and a warrior. And people keep saying she's a warrior, but she's not. Like she's never fought real wars and killed people. She's done training with the Amazons. She's not this battle-hardened warrior who kills people. They keep saying this to me, and it pisses me off. It's like that's not what Wonder Woman is. Oh, she's a warrior with a sword and shield. She practiced on Themyscira for her whole life. She's not killing people. The first time she killed someone, she should have been like traumatized, really, like, oh shit, I just killed someone. But anyways. But maybe Trevor keeps bugging her, like, oh, you got to do more, you got to intervene. You know what I mean? Maybe that could have done something interesting. What if Darkseid got a hold of the Green Lantern ring?
Now, correct me though on that. Does the ring not know who the holder should be?
Yeah, the ring. I don't think that can happen. That one can't happen.
Like, I don't know. What if Aquaman had gotten involved during Batman versus Superman?
Yeah.
No.
That would have been tough though. Like I like a what if, like, to me is it
what
like one
died?
thing. Sorry.
What if Batman had died during Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Well, here's one. What if Doomsday hadn't killed Superman?
Yeah.
If he didn't kill Superman, then Steppenwolf would never have showed up because his whole plan was I can't show up because there's a Kryptonian on Earth.
Right.
So I could have showed up 30 years before he showed up.
But I think Suscast at least like making us think, right? Like it is like making us think.
These are at least better suggestions than what they come up with.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Matrix. Okay. I saw the trailer. I don't care.
Red Sun is really cool. I agree. I'll be on. Okay, can I just say about Matrix, and I'll probably not talk about it very much when Logan's comes on.
Sure.
Hold on. Let's go through this really. Let me. I'm behind here. Hold on.
Yeah.
You saw Hulk exploding. Yeah. Yellow Jacket did it. I want to play Injustice. I hate Injustice, just so you know. I despise that entire concept. I saw the trailer for that cartoon. I will buy it to put it on the shelf, but I'm never watching it.
He's going to cry if Sean doesn't show up. Sean will show up.
Sean is showing up. What if Zod was a good guy? So see, again, like it'd be tough because he didn't grow up that way. So are you going to say you're going to go back to the beginning? The best what if would have to be what if Krypton didn't explode? And they covered that. They covered that because Zod gets married, Kal-El gets married, and they have boys. They both have sons, and then they play together.
But you could have an Elseworld Zod, no? Like you have an Elseworld, like you have a Nerf 2 Lex Luthor.
What if Zod went to Gotham?
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Then he would just call Superman on his watch.
Well, one thing I thought, what if Zod was in the Suicide Squad? But they already answered that one.
They had that, yeah. Okay, so what if Skip Westcott? I don't know who that is. Is that shouldn't have died? He could have landed the plane. I feel like it's a big plot hole. No, it's not a plot hole. It's just something that happened. A plot hole would be like, how is there no way that he, he could have landed the plane. That's not the story. It's like Captain America could have found another way to beat Red Skull and not have to crash his thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, why did Captain America have to crash his plane? If you really want to know, like,
I have one. A bit different. What if they never replaced Terrence Howard for Iron Man 2?
I liked Terrence Howard. I gotta tell you, I liked Terrence Howard. Would you say that Terrence Howard would have been better than Don Cheadle?
No. I would just like to see what would have how it would have been different. Like what would happen if Ed Norton would have stayed as Hulk instead of Mark Ruffalo?
So, like the problem is, and that's an interesting question. Terrence Howard was awesome, and I did feel he was better than Cheeto, to be 100% honest with you. Cheeto's a fantastic actor. I don't think they did enough with the character to give him enough meat. Terrence Howard seemed to find interesting things and interesting ways to play it, even though he didn't really have a lot to do. And I don't think Don Cheeto found those things quite as much as Terrence Howard did in the short time he had it.
Right.
The problem with Hulk and Edward Norton, and people have asked about that, is Hulk really took a back seat. Now, can you see someone like Edward Norton with his ego, because he's got an ego, right? We all hear
Hollywood, everybody has an ego,
but he's got a particular ego. Like he was rewriting Hulk when it was being made or before it was made. Do you see him taking a back seat to the other characters in the Avengers in that?
Actually, I could really see Edward Norton being the villain in the first Avengers movie. I really like instead of Ruffalo, it would have been instead of Loki, it would have been Hulk.
Like, yeah, I mean, they've tried to like. The only time I've really seen the Hulk as a villain in the I'm talking about the comics now, not the movies, is the Joe Fixit persona, because he is the closest, I think. Like the Hulk is just misunderstood. So if you did a thing where the Hulk is misunderstood story, that's cool. But the Hulk is never really a villain. Joe Fixit is the closest you're seeing to that, because he's sort of aligned with mobsters and he doesn't care, and he's really sort of mean. Like I know, J-Man, why you don't like the Joe Fixit storylines now, because he's really kind of mean. He goes too far. The Gray Hulk was that nice middle area where it's like he's doing the right thing. He's just like really grumpy about it, and really like in this one, he's just like a selfish bastard. Like he has no interest in doing the right thing, and it's taking it a bit too far, in my opinion.
Sorry. If you want to see I think they would have taken from the Ultimates what happened with Hulk.
Oh God, I hate the Ultimates.
I hate that.
Really?
Ultimates
everything was great. Well, it's Ultimates 3. But
wait. What did they do with Hulk? Is that where? No, wait. So we're talking about the Old Man Logan or whatever. Oh, no, I don't like the Old Man Logan Hulk.
No, not that.
What happened in Ultimates Hulk? Refresh my memory, because I didn't read this.
So the Ultimates was basically the Avengers. I read the first one because it came with my Hulk encyclopedia. It's written by Mark Millar, and
it's already like
it's atrocious. Like he's just fighting with everyone, and he's just like you're like, oh, I must be making you mad, Hulk. He's like, no, you're just making me horny and stuff. And I'm like,
oh right, yeah. The pretty, with Betty when she was, oh wow,
yeah, she was dating Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And then like he's all mad. And I'm like, all right, well, the Hulk's mad, sure.
Horny.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Basically, it's what the Avengers movie would have been like if it came out in the 2000s.
Right.
That's all that's essentially was the Ultimate line. A bunch of short movies and which would have been okay. I mean, the X-Men line was really good. I mean, they did the Phoenix in 5 issues. 5.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like leading up to it too, right? It's like it's still concluded.
Kind of, not really. It's they turned the Shi'ar into like an alien organization into like a cult,
right?
And the Phoenix was their god, and in the Hellfire Club. It's pretty.
I think the thing is now, and I'm noticing this with modern comic books, is that like it's just stuff starts to just get dragged on, and I mean, and then you get ones where it's like Batman. The Batman books seem to be moving very fast, or a lot of cool things are happening. I didn't finish Batman this week. I finished the annual last week or whatever. This week there's just the Batman book, but like X-Men, half of it is really good, half of it is not good, and it's like I don't understand what's going on. X-Men has lost focus. Like we need to focus it down to the main books and make those shine. 2 books a week is good enough for me for X-Men. That's perfect. I like this 2 book a week thing. I hope they just keep that. And DC too. It's like it's like some books are just like what is happening, and then other ones are moving along. And I think they've got this attitude now where we have to make everything a trade paperback.
Yeah.
You have to make it a graphic novel. So you can't just have a story, or we have to make it a 12-issue thing so we can sell like a hardcover. You know what I mean? It's like, why?
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, I gotta say, I read Suicide Squad this week.
It was good.
Terrific with a
Yeah,
salt bug.
yeah.
Like that was funny. That was genuinely good. And I like how they said that's not Superboy, that's Match.
Yeah, he's a match or
That's
whatever.
cool. Bloodsport just visually is so awesome.
Yeah, Bloodsport's awesome.
Um,
He's making me like I'm getting more pumped because Bloodsport in the comics is so good. I'm getting more pumped up for Bloodsport in the movie Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting more excited for him. You didn't like him? I thought you liked Bloodsport and Suicide Squad.
No, I did. No, I do. I just have something in my eyes. Like,
okay. I thought you were saying like, no, what are you talking about? I'm
like,
like,
you're shaking your head.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm just saying, J-Man, did you read X-Force and Excalibur this week?
Yeah, they were great. Look, Beast is the best. Okay, I'm not. Look, Beast is amazing. I don't care. He's great.
They imply that he's been depressed for years. They really implied like, oh, everybody wants the happy-go-lucky
Beast,
like,
yeah.
And it's like, no, I was depressed. No one liked me. Like, I'm like, X-Force Beast, I totally understand where he's coming from now. He's has more confidence in himself, and he's doing what he wants. He's not caring what anybody else is thinking, even though everybody else is like, oh, I want the derivative version of you because you're less issue, like you're less drama that way,
right?
Which is really kind of unfair. Like,
and he goes, I have to be the bastard to get shit done, and it's like he literally says bastard in the thing. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, that's how you get it done, man.
Hey, and I was also. Excalibur was really good. Excalibur has been getting better.
Yep.
Ever since the gala, and I just want to say, Doom is such a bitch. He is such a bitch. Like he's like, okay. Did you guys ever see Next Friday?
The sequel? Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen all three.
Okay. Dr. Doom. That entire issue of Excalibur was the opening scene when you saw Pinky get out of the limo. He's like, "Look here, man, you're pulling these, you're making these tourists, you motherfucking fat. You need to get it together." And then the driver's like, "Yeah, whatever, motherfucker." That was everything that happened. Like that was Doom talking trash, and everybody is like, "Whatever, motherfucker."
I gotta tell you, as a side note, Friday. The other ones are okay, but Friday Part 1 is absolutely one of the funniest movies ever. And literally, the first like 15 minutes of that movie, it took me half an hour to watch the first 15 minutes because I kept pausing. I was laughing so much, I'm like, well, I missed stuff, and I had to keep rewinding it. And the entire thing with him getting fired on his day off is funny. Getting the cereal and running out of milk, I've had that happen. And then the father's like, "You better pour some water on that shit." I'm like.
Like that's low-key child abuse. That's so mean.
And he's like the government cheese. He's talking about getting in line for government cheese. I swear to God, I was crying my eyes out. That's a fantastic movie. That is probably one of the funniest films of all time. The other two are not too bad. I watched the other two; they're okay, but the first one is gold.
I know, but that to me, like I was reading the book and was like, wait a second. Doom is just basically talking trash, and everybody's saying, like, you know what? Why don't we just kill this motherfucker? Like, we can kill him right now. Like, he's right there.
Yeah, but he's got something up his sleeve. They're not gonna do shit for Dr. Doom.
I mean, but that's the thing with Doom, though. Like, I feel like with him, you gotta just start roasting him. You gotta be like, listen, you pathetic, insecure nerd. No one likes you. The only reason why nobody's killed you is because we're not even sure you're a person anymore. Like,
yeah, he's just a Doom bot.
I was about to say.
Like,
you could be killing a Doom bot.
Right. I'm really surprised nobody said, like, you know what? I don't care if I start an international incident. I'm gonna kick his ass. Like, I was right. Like, I would, like, seriously, I would go up. Like, Doom would catch these hands. Like I'll be like, you want to talk trash about mutants, but you using their limo service, motherfucker.
Yeah, but he had a baby. Him bringing that baby, he's like, "Here's my passport." That was awesome.
Oh no, I was like, so you were just out here stealing kids now, huh? You're just in U.S. government. You're just going around.
He doesn't care. He needs to get stuff done anyway. That's
Yeah,
he literally says that though. He's like, I don't care. He's like, he goes, I use whatever tools I have.
Yeah, but like he's like I would roast, like I would die, but I wouldn't.
You can't beat up doctors. Okay, let's get back. Okay, so Matrix. Steve, you wanted to say something earlier on about. Did you watch the trailer?
I did not.
Oh, you didn't see the trailer. Oh, so what were you going to say about Matrix?
Does everyone forget that the last two Matrix movies kind of sucked?
Yeah, they have.
Whoa! Those last two movies were were two halves of the same movie that let's face it, they needed a better editor.
Yeah, really.
Oh God, yes.
The second one, Reloaded, is solid. It built.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, like it follows everything I like about sequels. It builds on the story from the first one.
Yeah.
It's like better special effects, better deeper story. We got to see more of the world. Like, I think he did his job. And
honestly, Gray, this movie, the Matrix Reloaded, suffers from what I think the new Spider-Man movie is going to suffer from, which is, we're going to go back into the Matrix. We're going to fight Agent Smith again, and they were in that whole area, the real world.
Yeah.
Way too long. They had that whole dancing thing and that. I'm like, come on. We know we're going to go back into the Matrix, so don't try and pretend we're not.
I have to rewatch those movies because let me tell you, right, the first Matrix, when that came out, I hadn't seen it yet. Now I usually go Friday nights. For whatever reason, I didn't go Friday night. I was going the Saturday. Fucking, I woke up Saturday morning, and this how old this is. I had an answering machine. So the answering machine, it's like going. It's like so. You know how people say my Twitter's exploding or whatever. It's like my answering machine was exploding. Oh my God, Matrix! Holy shit! It's like, Jay, when do you see the Matrix? When do you see the Matrix? Like, oh my God, I gotta see this like right now. What am I doing? And I walked out through. I'm like, yeah, that was okay. And I'm like, why is everyone telling me this is the greatest thing they've ever seen? And then I was like, okay, I'm like, I gotta dial this back a bit. Like, okay, guys, wait, what is so awesome? It's like I've seen, because this is like when everyone's telling me Jurassic Park was the best movie. I'm like, well, I've got 4,000 like kaiju films that are way better. Like, what are you talking about? So I saw the Matrix. I thought, yeah, it's okay. Now I bought it. I rewatched it again, and I got way more out of it when I watched it, removed from the hype from it.
Right.
Because when someone's telling me this is the greatest movie ever, then I'm watching it and I'm like, this is not the greatest movie ever. But I went too far low. Like, I'm like, oh, this was like whatever. I shouldn't have done that. Like, I was wrong to go as low as I did. It's not 10 out of 10, but like it's like an 8 out of 10 or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's a solid movie. Like, but everyone was telling me 10 out of 10. So then when I didn't get 10 out of 10, I'm like, oh, this is like a 6 out of 10 movie. Who cares? But that's really stupid. It's not really that low.
But also, you got to remember how much of an impact it was. You got to judge off that.
Oh, it did. Like, it did. Don't get me wrong. But like, I don't know. Like, people were like, it's revolutionary. I'm like,
it's only because this part.
We'll talk about it, Arkham.
The bullet scene. Because remember, every movie afterwards was using that.
Yeah. Including Shrek.
Shrek used it. Charlie's Angels used it.
Yeah.
X-Men used it.
Yeah.
Like, actually, a lot of these Fox movies were using it. But
interesting.
So that's my Matrix 1 thing. But Wachowski's made a lot of good movies. They made Bound, which is one of my favorites. Yeah. That's a great movie with Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly and Joe Pantoliano, who's also in Matrix.
Yeah.
Nice.
I highly recommend Bound. It's so good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very, very like tense. And it's like a closed movie. It's like a 1 or 2 location movie. One of those. I love that kind of stuff. Avon calling. And
Skeptics phoning. Sean, I'm glad.
Hey, hold on. So anyway, so then Matrix 2 came out, and then this is now where we all go to the theater together. I don't know who came with me to Matrix 2. Was it you guys or somebody else? No, okay.
No,
So let's go see Matrix 2. Were you with me, Sean?
Yeah, I was there for 2 and 3, yeah.
Yeah, so we're there for 2 and 3. We walked out, we're like, yeah, these are okay. And I'm like, what is like 3 was kind of a disaster, really, because I'm like, this is just like, yeah, it's a bit of a disaster.
The beginning wasn't cool. I mean, when they went to the like that in the garage scene where like you saw like, oh, whoa, Seraph is a beast. Like,
I'll be honest with you, the Matrix sort of struck me like the preceding Pirates of the Caribbean movie, where it's like we didn't really have an idea for a sequel, but it made a lot of money, so we'll give you a sequel.
Yeah, this is what happened.
It didn't strike me as coherent or connected to the original film.
They should have pushed that second movie, that third Revolutions back like a couple years. Let Reloaded really kind of breathe.
I don't think it would have helped.
I
think it would still be a mess.
They could have
shot it. A mess, man.
There's hype for that second one, but the problem was that movie was so bad, right?
Yeah, the thing is that the second one, all of us, this is exactly what happened. They're like, we need to make a Matrix 2. The Wachowski brothers like, we don't have any ideas. And then the studio's like, no problem, Wachowskis, we'll get someone else to make it. Whoa, hold on, come back. Yeah, we got something. It'll be good. You'll like it. And then they're like, oh yeah, it's just this. And then there's like a big speech about something, and they're trying to be this big, like, you know, artistic movie or some big message and all this. And I'm like, I don't care. Then there's this long conversation, the third one about Jesus or something. And I'm like, I don't care about this either. I have to rewatch both movies because maybe now with all of the garbage that's come out there, all of a sudden I remember when I watched Demolition Man about 15 years ago. And when Demolition Man came out, it was a very good, enjoyable Stallone movie. Then you watch it now, and it's the goddamn greatest film you've ever seen in your life. And you're like, why did I not think this was like the greatest movie ever? And you're like, oh yeah, that's because when it came out, every movie was really good. And this was one of a lot of good movies. Now, Demolition Man is the greatest thing ever. I like rewatch Demolition Man, you're going to be like, oh, this is my favorite movie. Like literally, if someone watches that now and says, this is my favorite movie, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Rocketeer. It's like every time I watch it, gets better and better.
I love that immediately.
Yeah, and now you're like,
when I was a kid.
I watched it 2 weeks ago, and I was like, holy God. I think what happened was after that movie, superhero movies went a different direction, and everything about that movie now is super charming. It's like everything, like everyone's with that guy and everything at the diner, and it's all awesome, man.
Of course, and even the villain, he's like, look, I might not make an honest,
I'm 100% American.
I'm 100% American.
Yeah,
it's like, and I don't work for no 2-bit Nazi. It's like, go get him, kid. Like Paul Sorvino, he's like the freaking
awesome,
best.
Man.
Yeah, even the gangsters are awesome. They're like, you know what? It's like, screw you. And it's like, we're not working for you, buddy. It's like, I don't work for no 2-bit Nazi. Oh, it's so good. I love Rocketeer. I loved it when it came out. I had the poster, the novelization. I loved Rocketeer. I wish they had made more. Anyway, he made Captain America.
It didn't make money. People didn't like it back then.
Hey, Brendan, what's going on, dude? Yeah.
All right. Also, there's something about that movie I want to know. The 3 seashells. How do they work?
I think you're supposed to scoop the poop or something. Like Stallone tried to explain it once. I think
you can spread the cheeks with 2 of them, and you scoop the poop with the third.
But how do you spread? That's weird.
Why can't you just do that with your hand, man? It's like you need like utensils to spread your cheeks.
No, what?
Yeah, you probably don't want to put your hand up there. That's why.
Yeah, that's gross.
Oh my God, what is going on here?
That's probably what it is. They're so.
What is happening? Okay, let's see the. Rocketeer. Yeah, Rocketeer is just the best. I love the entire thing. There's these guys that do modern trailers. Look up modern trailer Rocketeer. I've watched that trailer 4,000 times. Like. Because it just summarized the whole movie or whatever. It's one of those trailers that summarize the whole movie, but just like the cool action bits or whatever. But like, it's like, this thing's going back to the feds. It's like, we had a deal, you know? And it's like,
when we were at the movie poster warehouse, me and the Action Week guys last time, one of the guys bought the Rocketeer and got it framed. like
Yeah.
the trailer. I mean, the
Yeah.
trailer.
The Art Deco,
The Art Deco
poster.
poster. And he's like, "This is awesome." And I'm like, "Yeah, like it's like you don't see this sort of thing anymore. That's ultra stylish or everything. Everything would be grounded, and there would be no Rocketeer." So
I'm not sure a movie that made $1 billion is underrated.
It's overrated.
Yeah.
Yes,
They made $1 billion. Oh, it should have made more.
But they've been trying to make 3 more for the last 12 years now.
They shouldn't
why
bother.
Is James Cameron wasting his time on that? Like, there's so many. I get it, but like he's already made this. Right?
He doesn't need this.
He needs more. He needs more money.
Why?
But the thing is, anything he makes, anything James Cameron makes, will do well just by the force of his name. He's one of the, it used to be. Remember when it was nobody knew who the director was? Remember when knowing the director meant you were a movie nerd? You were like a big cinephile. You're like, oh, did you know who directed this movie? Oh, what's that? And I remember talking to some of my older coworkers in previous jobs that I've been at who are movie kind of people. They watch movies. And they're like, they didn't know the director. The first director that meant something to a lot of generic people was James Cameron. That was a name that held a lot of weight. For us, we like John Carpenter, Peter Jackson. I remember, sorry?
Spielberg.
Oh, so, I'm sorry. Spielberg was the first one. Duh. That was duh. Yeah, sorry. But Spielberg, George Lucas, right? These guys. But then they were attributing movies to George Lucas they didn't direct, like Empire and Thingy.
Yeah.
But Spielberg, it was the big one. Yeah. And James Cameron. There's only a few directors that meant something. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So more than one, but a few. But it's like, I remember where Peter Jackson was unknown. And I remember telling a friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, saying, you got to watch this Peter Jackson guy. He's great. And I've been following his career since his first movie. And he's like, oh, Peter Jackson, who's that? And he's like, these movies look stupid. And then now Peter Jackson's a pretty big name. And now he's gone back and watched them. He's like, oh, these are great movies. Like, right. I told you about them when they came out. I was following Peter Jackson as his movies were released. Like, I saw Heavenly Creatures when it got released.
Yeah, Hollywood used to be the star thing, right? You didn't go to see a Raoul Walsh film or anything. I mean, I don't. I can't argue with what Brennan said. Like, there's no reason for it. But like, Hitchcock was one of them. Hitchcock, for sure. But like, who made on the waterfront? Like,
right?
Like Elia Kazan, but no one went there to watch the movie because it was an Elia Kazan movie. They watched it because it's a Marlon Brando movie.
That was my point. It's like you're seeing a Spielberg movie, you're seeing a Hitchcock movie.
Right.
I mean, I think Tarantino still has that.
Yep.
Tarantino has that for sure.
Yep. There's a few that no, but now there's more obvious names.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we had those handful of names, right? Spielberg, Hitchcock. I can't think of anybody else until.
To your point, J-Man, like the people who were famous, like Hitchcock and Spielberg and stuff, were famous because of media attention.
Yeah.
And then it became you like the director because you like the director. And that was probably Tarantino onward. Anyone can have their own interpretation of that. But Hitchcock would turn up in like the movies and in the trailers for movies. So like he was a star. He was marketed as such.
Right.
And some people knew Hitchcock, right? And Spielberg was all over like news like articles and stuff like that about like look at this guy, but not so much like contemporaries like what's his name, like frick, I don't know why I'm blanking on name, like the guy who did Superman and Omen and
Donner, Richard Donner.
Yeah. Donner was like at the same time making big blockbusters. No one really knew who he was.
I think it's a style thing. Like John Ford,
DeMille.
I was going to say, if you saw a DeMille film, if you saw a John Ford film, if you saw a Hitchcock film, you knew that it was a like a brand, right? Like you knew what type of movie you're going to get. But there's a lot of these workmen. Like Donner's a perfect example. He made Omen, Superman,
but he was a
Goonies, Lethal Weapon. But his thing was he made a lot of different things. He didn't really stick to one genre. So it became hard to say, is this a Richard Donner film? Because what was a Richard Donner film? It was all over the place.
Yeah, Frank Capra was very obvious as
Capra,
one. I've got when a Frank Capra movie comes on, you're like, you know what you're going to get out of this movie. I own almost all of, or I own quite a bit of them.
What directors' names would you say within the last, I don't know, like 10, 15 years would you say have rose up through that process? I mean, like
probably like Nolan, Raimi, Peter Jackson,
James Gunn.
James Gunn. Now is people know James Gunn, like even
Zack
Joss
Snyder,
Whedon. People know
obviously.
Zack Snyder is known.
Whedon.
Why not? People know the name. Like if we're talking back in the day, you could if you quiz me quick, who directed Gremlins, you'd be like, well, no, that's a bad example because I would have known that. But because I like that movie. But I mean, like, what's some like even Lethal Weapon? I didn't know it was Richard Donner. Like I wouldn't have known that. I didn't know it was
Goonies was him too. It's like
I didn't know it was so Goonies. Okay, so that's an
hits,
example.
like he just made different kinds of things. Yeah,
right. I wouldn't have known that Goonies and Lethal Weapon and Superman are the same person.
And Omen, yeah.
It's crazy to think about that, man. Like his career was crazy. He made a bunch of great movies, but he never got the recognition because he didn't stick to one genre. He didn't stick to one style.
But wait, Steve made a point that I kind of glossed over. No, but even with my example of Gremlins, people would have said Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Because his name was just Presents or something, right?
Yeah.
Even Poltergeist.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. It's like Robert Zemeckis. And people think Spielberg did it.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you right now.
Well, people thought that Howard the Duck was directed by George Lucas.
Yeah, because his name was
is on it. And they even said that in what's the show we watched? The oh my God. Goldberg's.
Right.
He's like, oh, it's new George Lucas or whatever. And it's like,
not
but George
really.
Lucas isn't. What has George Lucas actually directed? THX, that the graffiti, Star Wars Part 1.
And then the 3 prequels.
And he did that Wings. Did he do that the Wings or something? Red Wings? No, that was produced by him. See, even I didn't know that. Yeah. That's brutal. I don't even know that.
Oh, okay. Also,
Joe Dante's Gremlins.
Yeah.
I saw Shang-Chi last night.
All right, what'd you think?
I thought it was actually pretty good. I mean, it kept my attention. Like, I really like the main guy. Oh, the villain. I was like, I want to know more about this guy because this guy's awesome.
Yeah, Tony Leung. How many Tony Leung movies? Holy crap! Do I own? Tons. Probably like 20. Like, I mean, I'd have to go through his Wikipedia and then tell you the ones that I own. And there's probably ones on there that I didn't even know he was in that I own. Because, like, Steve, how many Tony Leung movies do you own? Are you actually looking it up?
I'm looking it up.
Me too.
Like, Sean, how many Tony Leung movies do you own? Like, it's got to be like 20 or something. The guy's like in every movie we own.
Oh my God. He's come out with albums too.
Yes, and you know what? I almost bought one of his albums at Pacific Mall. It was a mall we used to go to that had all of the Asian stuff.
Jeez. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to check this out. Like, check out this guy, because this guy is whoa.
Well, I'm gonna say Shang-Chi is better. I'm pretty confident. I haven't seen either. I'm gonna go with Shang-Chi is better.
Me too. Also, can we just talk about the like the sister? Like, you call everything with her. I called out like, oh yeah, she's gonna do this. Oh yeah, she's gonna do that. Especially that one line she said, oh, well, if my father's not gonna make me part of his empire, I'm gonna make my own. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
4.
I'm like,
oh, you own 4 Tony Leung movies? Okay, so I've got to own it.
I don't know.
Well, Sean, what
I didn't know he was in Chinese Ghost Story 3. It's like,
well, this is what I'm saying. We own movies we don't know that he's in because he's in so many movies. It's like,
yeah.
Now wait a minute. I don't think I have Chinese Ghost Story 3. I put away some of my foreign movies, so they're not all on my shelf anymore because I just didn't have room.
he was in Internal Affairs.
Yeah,
I have that one. I've got
that movie is genius.
Yeah, we've got that one.
Yeah.
Hero,
of course, everyone has.
Hard-boiled.
That's the
Redcliffe,
intro movie for me. Redcliffe, he's like the best character in Redcliffe. I mean, we're just naming them right off the top, but like there's so many. I mean,
I mean, there was four I know, but like there was like a whole bunch that I was interested in, like Bullet to the Head.
Oh, Bullet to the Head. Yep.
This guy has a career.
Yeah, he's like a superstar.
He's like, he's crazy.
Yeah, he's a superstar.
And also, Michelle Yeoh.
Oh, I've got tons of her movies too.
Okay. So am I the only person who remember that she was in Guardians 2? And it's like, wait.
Yeah, I thought everyone knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, who was she in Guardians 2?
Oh, she was one of the Ravagers at the end.
Oh.
She's the wife of Stallone in that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check out the Heroic Trio.
Yo, that's brilliant.
Right.
That's a great one of hers. It's an ensemble cast with the two other chicks.
Curse of the Golden
Flower.
But here's the thing, though. In that entire movie, I kept on thinking, like, oh my God, I know you from Crazy Rich Asians. You were in Crazy Rich Asians. You were in Crazy Rich.
Every Chinese person on earth was in that movie. Yeah.
They watched Crazy Rich Asians to like populate the movie.
Hey, it's
crazy.
A good movie. It's a good movie.
Okay, so what are our thoughts on Matrix Part 4? That's my thoughts, but
I really don't care. I don't have any nostalgia for that franchise at all.
Yeah, neither do I. Like I like when the Wachowskis go out and do different things like Cloud Atlas or Speed Racer.
Yeah, I like Speed Racer. And I have Cloud Atlas.
I didn't see a need for them to revisit the Matrix series.
Well, money.
Yeah,
I know it's money, but like here's the thing, like eventually you have to do things when you're that big, you have to do things for something other than money. You've made your money. So other than making money, like what are you doing this for?
Oh, what? Sorry, I'm
okay. So except for so check this out, Wachowski brothers. I own Assassin's Bound, Matrix, all the Matrix stuff, V for Vendetta, Speed Racer, Ninja Assassin, Cloud Atlas. Yeah, so I own almost every movie they've made.
Well, they produced some of those, right?
Right. Anything that has their name on it, I own almost all of it. Hey, Truth.
Hey, Truth.
Yeah, so Wachowski brothers, I own out of everything that they've been involved in, either director, writer, producer. They've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 things. And I own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of 15 things I own of theirs. That's crazy.
Let me see. I'm going to do the count.
Well, we have Assassins. That's friggin' Stallone. Bound is awesome. The Matrix series. I mean, if you bought the Matrix Part 1, you have them all because the whole thing came in that one set.
Yeah.
Oh, not to mention Animatrix.
Yeah, that came in that set too. I've got all that.
Yeah.
V for Vendetta, that's a duh. I didn't get Invasion because I don't need the 400th remake of Invasion.
You know me well, Truth.
What did you say? How much Sean hate the new Matrix trailer? Oh yeah, we all hated it because it's nothing. We don't. Well, Greymalkin didn't hate it.
It's a nostalgia factor, though. If you're 6 when Matrix came out, you're like 26 or something now, right? 26, 27 or something.
Yeah.
And you're nostalgic for like, oh, I remember when it was on TV and all that shit. But like, I don't care about Matrix 1 is an okay movie. 2 and 3 are dipshit. And it killed the franchise,
Right.
So
I have 4.
Ooh, in the
you
back of
can't
the
even
head.
argue that point. It's like it died after that. So then they had to do this,
Steve, wait, okay, what do you own? You own Bound?
Yeah.
V for Vendetta?
Yeah.
And Speed Racer.
And Matrix.
So 4?
Yeah.
All right, I guessed them all.
4.
Yeah, I own 11 out of the 15 things that they've worked on. So I'm like the Wachowski master.
Okay.
Wherever you see the Wachowskis, you're see this face.
Oh my God!
Remember that? Wherever you see it, right? You're gonna see this fucking face right here. Look, Kevin Smith is a piece of trash, but Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back has a lot of very funny lines.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It has a lot of funny lines. That entire speech is one of them.
I make that shit work.
Yeah, I make that shit work. Come here. He starts nosing.
Like I seriously, I cannot imagine them keeping a straight face. Like, oh my god,
Oh,
they had to do it like 4 or 5 times.
They must have done it like a ton of times. Yeah, I don't know what was happening either. It's like Matrix, he's just walking around.
Jessica, because she's smiling the entire time. Like,
Like Kevin Smith is the cinematic antichrist. Oh no, sorry, that's J.J. Abrams or whatever.
Yeah,
JJ's got that term.
Yeah, Kevin Smith made good movies, at the beginning, which is more than you can say for JJ.
That is true. That's true.
come on, man. Mission Impossible 3 was really good.
Oh, that's
I hate that movie.
What?
Oh, I hated it.
Tell me what it's about, Gray.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Shadows.
Wow.
Whoa!
Okay, first of all,
Whoa.
it's about a terrorist organization. All right, basically, it's about the white man stealing.
No. It didn't say that. I saw it. It doesn't say
Name
any
one
of that.
black person in the movie.
You got away scot-free, so it's fine.
Hey, just
Wow.
like
No,
as I was gonna say Lawrence Fishburne. You could have said Lawrence Fishburne or Ving Rhames. Come on,
It's
man.
Ving Rhames.
it's Ving Rhames.
Oh my god.
Arguably, the Mission Impossible series doesn't start till part 4.
Oh yeah.
It kind of no, I don't know. I just like Philip Seymour Hoffman. He was a really good bad guy.
Yeah.
Like,
But he's only targeting Tom Cruise because Tom Cruise is
He's
a
a
star.
really bad guy. He overacts it and he hams it up, but there's no point to his vendetta. I don't.
Right.
no,
It's weird.
No, it's just I remember the trailer where Philip Seymour Hoffman was tied up. He's like, "You have a wife, you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hurt her. I'm like,
but great. There's like 4 other people in that room. What? He's only targeting Tom Cruise because he's Tom Cruise and script says so. There's no. It's like,
I would.
What is it? He doesn't say anything to Ving Rhames. He's like, fuck that guy. I'm not gonna give him.
Yeah, it's bad.
That guy's related to Shaft. I know him. I know Shaft when I see it.
It's just a hollow, lazy script.
Yeah,
It's like,
lazy.
I'm gonna pick on the Tom Cruise character because he's the lead of this movie. And it's like, okay, well, there's other people in this room. You can see their face. I don't understand the problem here.
Well, he made himself right in he put himself right in Philip Seymour Hoffman's crosshairs.
You're short. I'll pick on you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which number
That's the
is
last
that?
one. That's the last one.
So I've only seen. Have I seen part 5?
No.
Probably.
Fallout is 5, right?
No,
And
Fallout is 6.
Oh,
It's
Rogue
Ghost
Nation is-
Protocol, then Fallout. Yeah.
Okay, so I've only seen 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have not seen 5 and 6 yet, but not because of any other reason that I just haven't gotten to them.
They're
Right.
good.
I genuinely, I like part 1. I know people are,
Yeah.
I like
me
part
too.
1, and you know what? I don't mind part 2. It's John Woo, right? John Woo at his weakest or most Americanized, if that's a thing.
Yeah.
But
Lots
it's
of-
fine. It's fine. It's fine. And then 3 was just like the fear killer or whatever in June, the mind killer. 3 was the mind killer, and then part 4, I was like, I guess we'll go see part 4, and I was blown away. I thought part 4 was amazing.
4 was awesome.
And then after that, I kept hearing that they're just so good. Like the quality is so high.
They were 5 and 6. 4, 5, and 6 are literally like what the series always should have been.
Yeah.
And I really like 1. I saw it in the theater and I really liked
Yeah,
it.
that was a good movie.
But like 4, 5, and 6 are No Time to Die. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, Daniel Craig look old as hell now. He looks like Harrison Ford 20 years ago. No. I'm talking about that. Remember that ghost movie he did with Michelle Pfeiffer? I forget
Yeah, Witness or something.
No,
No.
What
What lies beneath?
He's that era. He's that era Harrison Ford. Like he could do like one sci-fi movie, but not much because he's old.
Dude,
He's old as hell now.
I saw Harrison Ford in a baseball drama movie called 42 recently.
Oh
And
yeah.
I watched it and I'm like, that does not like. Here's the thing: I'm a baseball fanatic, so I knew all the people in it. He
Right.
was literally that person.
Oh,
He was
really?
not Harrison Ford at all. He was not Harrison Ford. He
so
was
he
that
tried in that movie. Then is what you're saying?
guy. Yeah, he tried. Like he really tried, and he was
because
awesome.
he doesn't try in other movies.
No, he sleepwalks through movies now, but he
Yeah.
really tried in that movie. And Chadwick Boseman as the main guy, Jackie
Oh,
Robinson.
you know what? All right. Historically, I look at like Jackie Robinson kind of like a sellout. Like,
Really?
okay, hear me out. If he had never gone over to the what would you call it, MLB or
MLB, yeah.
like they were in the process of taking in the entire Negro League. They would have to incorporate everything they had into their own infrastructure, which would completely change the game. But because Jackie Robinson crossed the picket line first, they're like, hey, cool. Now we can just pick and choose who we want, like Vince McMahon's gonna do it in the 80s. It's like, I want that guy, I want that guy, I want that guy. Forget everybody else. I got what I want.
Yeah, valid point for sure. And Jackie Robinson was arguably, and Jay, man, and Sean, forgive me for getting into baseball, but Jackie Robinson was not, in my opinion, the best player in the Negro Leagues. You're probably looking at Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige. Roy Campanella was really good. Cool Papa Bell was really good. Like, there were some really good players. I'm glad now that they finally, I don't know why it took them so long, have recognized the Negro Leagues as the Major League Baseball league. I don't know why it took them years to do that, but they finally
Racism. Racism. That
I just
for 4,000
But is there a separate league right now?
There was
though?
a separate.
No, but right
league.
now I'm saying
No.
Like back in the day, it was a separate league.
Yeah.
And they wanted to absorb it, and then all this stuff happened or whatever.
Well,
I don't know anything about this at all, but there's not separate leagues now, I'm assuming.
Yeah, what Gray was saying was that basically they were going to incorporate the entire league in. But because of what they did with Jackie Robinson, they cherry picked the best players and didn't allow the other guys to come in.
Right.
Boston Red Sox were the worst, man. They were the last team in Major League Baseball to have a black player on their team of everyone. And that guy was like really, they didn't treat him well. But I like the film 42. First of all, it's directed by Brian Helgeland, who directed Payback. He wrote LA Confidential. He's really good.
Good movies.
I don't know much about sports, but I don't mind sports movies.
This one's really good.
Mighty Ducks Forever.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater. I liked Mighty Ducks Part 1, and then the rest were trash.
It's the one that it's the only sports franchise trilogy where the sequels get better.
Mighty Ducks. I never saw the other ones because I'm like, why? Because it defeated the purpose. Mighty Ducks is in that category of Part 1 was good, and then Part 2 ruins the entire idea of Part 1. It's with Legally Blonde, Miss Congeniality, Home Alone Part 1, Mighty Ducks. These are all the same movie where it's like, that was a good movie. It's like, well, now we left them alone again. It's like, oh, she's blonde, but she proved that she's not stupid, so now she has to prove she's not stupid again. She's really pretty looking, but she was always seen as ugly. Now she has to prove herself that she's pretty again. I'm like, we've already seen it. We've already seen this. It's like Mighty Ducks. They sucked. They trained hard. They worked together. They won. That's it. How could they train together, work together, and win again? And the characters weren't
bigger villains, and it's the same thing. You want to watch it again. So it's like the same thing about souped up villains and stuff like that. And it's like the Bad News Bears did it first.
No, but also the thing about the Mighty Ducks movies that I really don't like is they never explain what happened to the other characters they don't bring back.
That's true. Like, they just disappear. I
there's
didn't like
other people in that like, hey, what about everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
that's like the Police Academy.
It's funny how some people came back and some didn't, and they just didn't say anything about that. But it's the same with Major League. Like, Major League 1 was a smash hit, and then they did Major League 2.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so Cleveland sucks again. Like,
right, exactly. Yes. I liked Major League Part 1.
Yeah.
I didn't see Part 2 because I'm like, I don't. It's like, is there a Slapshot 2? There is a Slapshot Part 2.
Yes, there is.
There's also what do you call it? The golfing movie with
like
Chevy
Cup
Chase
or something. Oh, Caddyshack.
Caddyshack 2 that no one remembers.
I never saw Caddyshack.
Major League 2 is great for Randy Quaid, believe it or not. Randy Quaid plays an unhinged fan, and he does it so well. Well, he is unhinged, but he's so good at that.
I don't need Superman underwear.
Superman underwear.
And that's not the N-word, skeptic. It's literally spelt differently and pronounced differently.
What? What?
He's saying, "Oh, you guys are using the N word." I'm like, "Well,
What,
we're not
no?
using." No, that's not the one. That's not the one.
I love that. It's like you said the N word. No.
No. Oh yeah, no.
I hope I would know if I used it or not.
No, I have a Superman on my wrist. Why would I get it on my backside? You know, and tramp stamp, that's not a tramp stamp anymore. It used to be a thing, but that's not what it is
Was
anymore.
completely incorrect now?
No, it's just not. That's not what it's using. That's how you used to know that it was a tramp. They literally bend and you'd see the tattoo. And you'd know that. Oh,
there was a theory that because tramp stamps were popular in like sort of like the 90s onward, there's a theory that the reason why is because it's girls who grew up with My Little Ponies, and they all had a little like stamp on their backside, and then that made them, want to do that when they were older. I don't know if that's true or not. It's just I remember there was a theory around on the internet. It's like
that is
a relation
so weird.
between My Little Pony and the tramp stamp.
Hey, I heard this rumor a few years ago where you wear like those multicolored bracelets and beads, stuff like blue is for blowjobs, another one is for like
Really?
like.
Well, why code that?
I'm
Just
like,
say blowjobs on your.
Well, Sean, because people can't read. They can't read.
Sean wants to get to the point, man. He
Get to
doesn't
the
want
point.
codes.
What the hell, man? It's like
I don't
this
want no
means
secret
this.
code. I don't want any secret code. Okay.
Yeah, okay, he's done. That's it. It's done.
Yeah, when he heard Sean say blowjobs, he's
it's
that's off
over.
his bucket list now.
It's like
I wish they'd be more clear in their advertising. I keep getting fooled.
Or it's like a lemonade stand out front.
Is there a newsletter I'm not getting or something? Like, what do I have to do? Like, I need to subscribe.
Yeah, hit
Sean
like
just wants honesty in advertising.
I remember the just like sort of offish topic. The Blue Jays, like the mascot used to be called BJ Birdie.
Yeah,
and it's and it was BJ Birdie for years and years and years.
Yeah,
and I think now what's it called now, Steve?
So there's
two. It's a guy and a girl now.
There's
right?
Ace.
Yeah,
and I forget what they named the girl because I'm not sure if the girl's still around. I think Ace around now. They did
because
have
that's when they changed the logo and they changed it back. And then there was like some sort of survey like a few months ago among American sports fans. They said that the Blue Jays logo is the best one.
Yeah. Because,
cool.
Because the thing is that the Blue Jays was iconic, especially like in the 80s. They had the powder blue uniforms, and it was it's not the Yankees, right? It's not the Dodger blue, but it is memorable. It's still like really well known, which is
they use those for gender. They use that shade of blue for gender reveals. That's Blue
Sean is married.
You can send me one, the skeptic.
Yeah, Sean's married. I'm married. Greymalkin is married, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm California married, so we can always use more.
It's selfish to keep it all to just one person. You need to share your love with
right.
All this just for one woman? No way. That's not enough.
It's all about community, bro. Like, what if you're arguing with your wife? You have a mediator who is like, hey, stop. Okay, we're out.
The whistle and like flags and shit.
California has started polyamory.
Polyamory.
Polygamy.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, so I watched Ben-Hur the other day, right? And then the one guy in that is the best. Where
collection, okay?
I just casually watched Ben-Hur the other day.
I do casually watch that movie. And the part where I can't remember the character's name, but the guy who has the horses that Judah's gonna ride in the games.
Yeah.
And he's like Judah, do you have how many wives do you have? He's like, oh no, I don't have any wives. He goes, we just have one. He's like, one wife. He's like, one God, yes, I can understand, but one wife, no, that can't be.
That's the Arabian guy, yeah.
The Arabian guy is like, one God, yes, I can understand, but one wife, no way. Like,
it's like, man, one wife, man, you need to slow down. You need a wife. Like, you need to start having more children. Like, what's going on with you? Are you okay?
Well, so we didn't see, none of us. Did you watch What If, Sean? Because I didn't watch it.
Oh yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
I saw it.
Okay, so what would you guys think?
Who saw it here? Steve, did you see it?
No.
No,
Oh.
Steve and I did not see it. So it was zombies, right?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's not quite the Marvel zombies from the comics.
Mm.
But the
Is
thing is, I don't like what the Marvel zombies in the comics because they're all sentient and they're all still thinking, so they're all evil at that point, right?
Ooh, I want
Um,
to eat your brain, Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, like they use Galactus, like in the comics, they use Galactus's ship to go and invade other worlds at one point. So, anyways,
The ending
it's
pissed me
fun.
off.
There's some weird, stupid stuff in it. That's just there, just to throw in more characters. Like, I don't know. Do you want spoilers or no?
I mean, it doesn't really matter too much, but whatever.
Yeah, like so. The Scarlet Witch zombie is awesome. Now Vision is keeping her alive by like feeding people to her, right?
Oh, cool.
So that's cool. But for whatever reason, he got Black Panther as part of this farm, and it's like, well, why? And Black Panther's still there, and he just like cut off a piece of his leg, to start with. But I was like, I don't know why you'd kidnap Black Panther. Everyone's gonna come looking for him. Like kidnap just like regular people, which is I guess what he was doing. But like for whatever reason, Black Panther's in there, and they're like, hey, there he is. It's also I guess they kept this a secret, but it's still like Chadwick Boseman's voice. So this might be the last performance. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's fun. It's just fluff to me. I'm not super mad at it or anything. This is Spider-Man's first appearance in this show, so it shows that they can use him. I'm pretty sure it's Tom Holland.
Is it
maybe
Tom
not.
Holland?
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's not him.
It's not him. All right.
That's not him.
Yeah, because I was like, this cast is crazy. Like, how much did this cost? But yeah, it's cool. It takes place just before Infinity War.
Yeah.
And there's a big spoiler thing at the end, which I don't know how it can happen, but it's just like fun and cool to be there. Once again, it's just for fun. I'm not super mad at this one like I am the other ones. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'll watch it for sure in time for Sunday.
Yeah. Gray, what did you think?
I'm kind of with Sean. Like the ending kind of pissed me off. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, why would that
would happen? Because those two guys, they died right away, and there was no portal. So what's going on?
Well, yeah, I mean, like it's just it's not balanced. I mean, okay, so at the end, I'll just at the end, Thanos is revealed to have like all of the gems on his gauntlet except for the one which they I think the Mind Stone can be used to save the world from the zombie apocalypse. Like it can turn people back, I guess. But Thanos is a zombie. So how the hell did he get bit? He went toe to toe with Hulk and won. So I don't know how you, and the zombies can't bite Hulk, which they show towards the end.
Yeah.
Little things like that. Like as a nerd, I'm gonna notice this. Like writing it and making the thing, I guess like everyone involved just didn't notice this. But anyway, it's small.
Right, like you're saying, how do the teeth penetrate his skin to break the skin?
No, it's not that. It's just like with Thanos, how? Because there wasn't a scene where they showed a zombie getting at Thanos or his.
Well, yeah, it's all on Earth. How he's on Earth at that point, so he got bit at some point. But my thing is how and why, because they can't bite Hulk. They showed that with Hulk fighting those zombies. They can't get at him, and Thanos beat Hulk. It's the classic comic book thing.
Right.
Like it's like Thanos beat Hulk, so you'd figure Thanos is stronger. So how can they not bite Hulk, but they can bite Thanos?
Skeptic, we already seen that already. It's called the first 5 minutes of Infinity War. But
Thing.
Thing. I thought you said Thanos versus Hulk.
No,
Thing.
Oh yeah. That's probably going to be like
eventually
a short or something.
Unless you write out Hulk before that happens, and it's like, okay, well, I don't know.
No, but like the team, the people, like you guys don't care about spoilers, right?
Not really.
Not now. You spoil the shit out of it.
Okay, they like just the ragtag team everybody died. I'm like, whoa, oh,
But that's what should happen.
Like can we have a zombie movie where everybody's like following the rules and they're like, hey, it's like, hey, let's stick together, let's be safe. Okay, all right.
But they do go through the rules. Like the rules exist, and but they don't follow any of it. Like they have a whole thing where Spider-Man goes through the rules. He's like, why wear short sleeve shirts? It's like, well, that's so stupid. But like people are walking around with short sleeve shirts. It's weird. Yeah.
Well, can't they bite through? They can bite through cloth or whatever.
It's
wear
like they're
armor.
Marvel guys.
Like, why didn't they have like?
Hey, Jordan, what's going on, dude?
Like, I mean, like, they have Okoye there. Why couldn't they get like vibranium armor that would have like protected them from being bit?
Well, she didn't bring it, so
yeah, I guess.
Bitch, bring the armor.
Hey, whoa,
you have one job.
I don't want to say that word anymore, unless you say boss and at the beginning of it. You got boss.
Bring the damn armor.
Like, where's my super suit?
Grow some hair. Grow some hair on your head.
Really? What? Wow, that's hurtful.
Wow.
Grow some hair.
Grow some hair. That's mean. Also, like, really, I wanted Spider-Man to get bit. I really wanted him to get bit. I'm like, yes.
Oh, get bit? Yeah.
Yeah, just for fun, like, oh, because that's what zombie movies. Anybody can get it, and that's also what if stories. Anybody can get it. It's like a horror movie, only there's no focus. There's no main protagonist. Anybody.
Well, there's 2.5 people left at the end, right?
Yeah.
So almost everyone did get destroyed or bit or whatnot, right? So
well, I assume that's the whole point of Marvel Zombies is it's just like an army of like comic book character zombies who are just
that's what it is. Almost everyone gets and then they start fighting amongst themselves. So
so it's like basically like everyone will. I think my zombie thing is that everyone will eventually become a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just playing a game as to who survives the longest without becoming a zombie. That's sort of what zombie movies were to me. And if in the course of that movie or whatever it is, most people should turn into zombies or die or whatever.
Yeah.
It's zombie movies. This is the thing with zombie movies. It's like, it has to be, you have to have that rule. Everyone's going to turn to a zombie eventually or die or whatever. But it's really the journey of it. So that's where the fun comes in. And that's why like something like Walking Dead is successful for a while, but after a while people are like, well, now I'm getting tired of the journey and you have to keep, doing something new to bring it back. Marvel Zombies is neat, but I don't really care about the superheroes not being superheroes anymore. That's sort of my thing.
Yeah, I think Walking Dead, the problem is that they just recycled the same storyline because they didn't really want to go too far into the fantastical elements other than the zombie apocalypse. Like they should have had a smart zombie, right?
Yeah.
They should have had that sort of thing, but they kept just recycling the same thing. There's human beings. They seem to be fine. Oh, look, they're not. We have to kill them. And
to be fair, like I don't like smart zombies. Like, see, I like the whole zombie apocalypse, like the terror of that. But you're right, Steve. It does get tired, right? If you're gonna do. But the other thing too is it's just a network thing, in that they were doing the 22 episode season. Like, if they did 10 episode seasons, it would have been better.
It would have been, and if they capped it, like you have to evolve it in a way like Romero did, where the first one is the Night of the Living Dead, literally the start of it. Yeah. And then Dawn of the Dead is how do we continue to live some semblance of our life with this? And then the third one is, well, now we're figuring out how do we live with these things for real? Like, how do we take advantage of these? How do we make these?
Yeah, the thing was, no one's left. That was the whole point.
Yeah, no one's left. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that like in a zombie apocalypse, wouldn't it just be better for like, all right, you get a group, you take over like a small island or something, and
so at the end of Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, we walked
they did that.
So we walked out of the theater. So they had that whole thing where they're on the boat still, This is like during the credits.
Yeah.
And they open the cooler and there's like a head in there. And they go to this island and then there's a whole bunch of zombies after them in the island. So we walk out of the theater and Jason's like more disappointed in the people in the movie. And he's like, I don't know why there wouldn't be zombies on an island. Like, why do they always make these movies where like, oh, there's an island, we should go there? It's like there's people on every fucking island on Earth. I don't understand. And it's like, yeah, no, I get it. It's the whole it's the Day of the Dead thing. In Day of the Dead, they go to an island, which they figure is uninhabited, and it's a happy ending at the end because they don't show a zombie then come after them and stuff. So you figure they're on an island, it's fine. But for whatever reason, every other movie took that trope and was like, "Oh, islands are a big oasis of safety." Like it wouldn't be. There's like people on There's people on Center Island here in Toronto. There's people on every island.
Right. Somebody's gonna die on that island, and someone's died, and then they're back, and you're done.
Yeah.
No. You burn the body as soon as they die. Like, okay, here. All right. Here's my handy dandy how to survive a zombie. If somebody's bit, you take the relative and you say, "Listen, they're bit. We're gonna kill them. Do you want to do it, or we could do it?" Just saying, you get 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, they say their goodbyes, or the zombie bits, you just bam, bam, you kill both of them. Okay, it's simple, it's neat, and it's clean. And you burn the bodies because no one's gonna eat that. And boom, you got that for kindling.
That sounds a lot of work, man.
Zombie staying alive is a lot of work, bro. Staying alive.
I think like the natural way that Romero progressed the zombie apocalypse is the best story. But problem with The Walking Dead is they stuck to the same characters. I think if you do a zombie series like an anthology series, that would probably be better because you have different types of characters in.
Yeah, like the World War Z book.
Yeah,
as opposed to the
like,
movie.
Yeah. Like every season, like, all right, we have the main one, like Rick's group, and then the second one we go like, okay, now all right, we're in Georgia right here now. We're gonna go to like Maine.
Yeah,
we're gonna meet a whole new cast of characters.
Yeah,
and people are like, oh, when is the main group gonna meet up with the Georgia group? And then like it's like no, third season, we're gonna go to California.
Yeah,
we're seeing how different and like let certain seasons let the people die.
Yeah,
like it doesn't work out. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I wish they'd remake World War Z as a miniseries and just stick to the book.
I heard they were.
It was great, you know.
The book, the audio book is awesome.
Oh yeah,
it's really awesome.
I got
the dramatization, right?
Yeah, I read the book. So I should totally get the audiobook for that because like
I've got both. I've read the book. I've listened to
the whole Chinese submarine thing is the best.
Yeah,
like, that's the best story in that whole thing. It's awesome.
It's just genius because it's more like this is how it would happen. There's so many different voices and different experiences.
Yeah, it's
telling
realistic,
that story.
Yeah, my wife liked the book a lot, and then she wanted to watch the movie. I said, just pass on it because it's not like she was telling me stuff because I didn't read the book. I can't read, and she's telling me all this stuff. She was telling me everything that happens in the book. I was like, yeah. I was like, Sean loves this book. And we're talking about it. I'm like, no, that's not in the movie. She's like, oh, but this has to be in the movie. I'm like, no, that's not in the movie. And she's like, wait, what is this movie? And I'm telling her the movie, and she's like, this doesn't sound like the book. I'm like, I don't know.
That Indian hero is not in the movie.
No,
and if he is, I missed him because
it's rubbish. There's no point in watching it.
Just read the book. That and the survival guide. The survival guide was really good.
Yeah, it's fun. I thought it was more of a companion piece.
Yeah.
But, like I think we're forgetting about one zombie movie that really did well. Zombieland.
Yeah, zombie. I don't know. I couldn't get into Zombieland.
Okay, because here's the thing: in all those other zombie movies, no one is having any kind of fun. Yeah, I know we're in a zombie apocalypse, but like, you can have a little bit of fun.
I love Steve's assessment of that movie. Do you want to?
Hold on. Yeah. Steve will assess that. Hold on. What about Night of the Comet? They're going shopping.
Yeah,
that's a zombie movie. Anyways, okay, sorry. Go ahead, Sean. What were you saying, or Steve?
No, Steve was like, "Why in hell are you going to that theme park?" It's like it's a zombie apocalypse. Why would you? I don't understand the goal here. It's like you're going to the theme park. what do you think is at this theme park? It's zombies. I don't. What are you doing? Yeah.
It's totally like if you treat it as a fun movie, even if you treat it as a fun movie, it goes off kilter when the two girls show up because they completely throw the dynamic of Eisenberg and Harrelson off because now it's all about them and they're not very good characters. So quite frankly, Zombieland missed on both parts. It's not really a good story.
20 minutes was good. The first 20 minutes.
The first 20 minutes were good, but then like as soon as they brought in Stone and Breslin, it was like they literally made a fart noise at me.
You know why? Because like it would have been
1 second, guys.
Yeah. It would have been Mountain without it. It would have been like, hey, are these guys are just hanging around and just having fun? Wait a second. Are they together? Like seriously.
Did you leave your stove on?
Somebody was knocking, but it's like assholes upstairs, like fucking banging or something. It's like Jesus Christ.
Just shoot your gun.
I don't own a gun.
Why not?
I'm not a gun person. I have some knives.
Skeptic is, so.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with the knives? Threaten them to
Yeah.
You're gonna just I don't know. I mean, do you have any fireworks?
No. Fireworks? I don't have anything. This is like Alien 3. We have no weapons of any kind. Remember that in the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can just act like a maniac. Just pull your shelves down.
Oh no! You know what you should do? It's like you just like yell Journey lyrics at them. Girl, let me in a movie world. That would be hilarious. Why would know what's going on?
My God, random Journey lyrics just screaming at people on your ceiling.
Oh! I got a good one. Get a megaphone and just like obnoxiously eat chips.
Crunch.
There was this guy I saw who had a really good setup. He had a noise. It was basically like it was a detector that basically when it hit a certain decibel, it would start blasting "Who Let the Dogs Out," and like the guy making the noise start knocking on the wall saying, "Turn it down."
Hilarious.
And I'm like, "Are you serious right now?" Like I'd be like, "Is this for real?" That was the best thing I've ever seen. So literally, like if it got to a certain decibel, it's just like, "Who let the?" I was just screaming it.
I always thought it'd be funny to say to be like, "Who let your mom out?" and then the dog noises.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know why. There's this guy in my high school class who said "your mom" for everything that was ever.
God.
Right, and it's like one of those guys, and I can't remember his name. I think it was Justin, but and I remember the teacher was saying, "All right, guys, it's time to close up shop," and he's like, "It's time to close up your mom."
Oh God.
And I'm like, buddy, you have said "your mom" to every statement that's ever been said, and this was absolutely hilarious. Like this one was good. Like he would say it for anything. So anything you do, you'd be like, "No, your mom." Like so, just say something, and he would turn it into your mom thing. And I'm like, why? And then we heard that "Who Let the Dogs Out?" And I kept thinking, and I immediately thought of him like, "Who let your mom out?"
Oh Jesus.
But that was his best one ever. When the teacher's like, "It's like time to close up shop." He's like, "So close up your mom."
Who let your mom out? Like,
so random.
No, I made up the "Who Let Your Mom Out" just because I was like, listen, I heard that song. I thought, and I immediately thought of him saying "your mom" or whatever. And it's like I just don't get. I don't know. I don't know why I thought of that just now. That's so stupid. Oh my God. Okay, so we're gonna go see No Time to Die. What's the first thing coming out? No Time to Die or the
No Time to Die.
Yeah, so we'll see that for sure. Gray, you're saying Shang-Chi was good. I mean, I'm borderline wanting to see it because it looks like a fun movie. Now, Sean, do you know Comic Tropes? Do you know the channel Comic Tropes?
Yeah, I love Comic Tropes.
So he did a thing on Shang-Chi.
I didn't see that yet. I saw it. I didn't see the video yet.
Okay, so you know what, man? He laid it all out on the table. He's like, look, it's not the same. He gave you all of the comic roots. We already know this, but
Yeah.
the way he presented it was really good. He's like, look, it's not Fu Manchu. He goes, but it's also not Mandarin. It's sort of like this weird,
But the
mixture.
dynamic isn't the same either. Yeah.
Right. So the thing is like, I don't know, because he's saying it was a fun movie, but it's not the comic. But he explained why it's not the comic.
Well, yeah.
And-
No, but
and
I
we
knew
know-
that.
we
It's
knew-
gonna be a
we know
fun
that.
thing.
Yeah, we know that. But coming from a comic book person who's not just saying this movie's trash because it's not the comics, and he's not saying this is the greatest ever because whatever.
Right.
He seemed like a more normal. I don't want to say normal, but like just saying, yeah, that was a cool movie. So I don't know.
Well, like he's well a balance. He gave you an answer as opposed
Right.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, like
So-
Gray, do you think it's in the top Marvel, middle Marvel movies?
I would say it's a nice little successor to Black Panther. You saw more of the world than you did in Black Panther.
I thought
Right.
you were gonna say Black Widow.
Obviously, the worst of the worst is Captain Marvel. Let's be real. Like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I get Green Lantern vibes from that.
the first Ant-Man movie is right above that because, like, name something that you remember.
Gray.
Something.
Before you continue, question for you.
So,
Are you saying Captain Marvel is the worst MCU movie?
yes,
Worse
Oh,
than Dark
yeah?
World?
yes,
Really?
yes.
I don't think I'm there either. But
Hear me out. Like, I laughed during Dark World. I
When?
never laugh during Captain Marvel.
When did you laugh in Dark World?
Okay, first, when those kids were like throwing all that stuff through that little
Yeah.
portal thing, that was kind of cool. It reminded me of Animatrix.
I guess. Why'd you laugh though? What was so funny about that?
Yeah.
It reminded me of Animatrix because like there's this one scene, segment in Animatrix where these kids were like jumping off, like they were like
Yeah.
playing around with glitch in the Matrix, and like they were just falling off stuff, and like it would just glitch. I thought that was really.
I remember that in Dark World, but I thought that went on too long. And I
It
didn't
went
think
too long. Like the
the
problems in
trailer.
Dark World were numerous. First of all, Natalie Portman was not awake during the entire movie.
Really, Portman's been a good movie since. Like,
Yeah.
She was not awake. Kat Dennings is physically attractive, but her characters tend to be on the annoying side, especially in this one. That whole thing with her and the intern, I'm like, this is idiotic.
Yeah, I agree.
wait. Technically, wouldn't that be a crime because like she's getting with her subordinate?
Right. I don't know. I
It
guess.
it would probably be
Abuse
inappropriate
of
in the
power.
workplace.
I liked her in WandaVision.
Yeah,
Yes, I liked
Yeah,
her in WandaVision.
yeah, I'll give you that.
Because,
But the biggest crime is Loki suddenly is a good guy.
He wasn't though.
No, he
What?
wasn't.
Was it?
I'm
It's like
sick of them.
cared about Natalie Portman's character. I've watched Dark World recently. Chris Eccleston is great, but like he's hardly used in the movie. But there's a scene near the end where they're confronting the Dark Elves, and Loki goes and he actually protects Natalie Portman's character, and I'm like, Loki would never do this ever.
Bigger plan. It's a bigger plan.
There's no plan I can conceive, and no plan was brought to fruition where I was like, oh yeah, this made sense why he did this. Like
No,
he,
Well,
he's just,
I'm sorry, Steve. Like we did though. We saw because he did all this to get the throne.
but he didn't need to do that to get the throne. He could have just he glamours so much. He glamored at the end of the first one where you thought he dropped into the abyss, and he didn't. You knew he didn't. You knew he wasn't dead. Well, skeptic, you should stop phoning Sean during.
Sorry.
Like you knew he was going to get away with it. You knew he wasn't dead. You knew he was probably going to be there. So I don't know. Like it didn't work for me. There was a lot of problems. Him caring about the mom was borderline to me. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess he hated his father. He's like, all right, I'll give you that one. But like,
But that's a Marvel trope though. Like apparently all Marvel every Marvel character who has both parents in their life, they always have a bad relationship with their dad and have a really good relationship with their mom.
That's true. But like, if you got to give rope on anything, I'll give rope on that. But sure. I the rest of the stuff, I'm not giving rope on. It was not well conceived.
Do you guys think that? Okay, let me finish the question and try to comprehend if I'm making sense. Do you think that Captain Marvel being a bad movie is the result of what you see on the screen as a film, or your knowledge of Captain Marvel outside of the film versus something like an Iron Man 3 or like a Thor 2 or what's another lower movie, whatever one of the lower ones are, versus the movie being bad on its own versus what you know from outside? So let me give you an example. I don't like Iron Man 3 because it ruins the Mandarin. Now, if I don't know anything about the Mandarin whatsoever at all, is it still a good movie? No. And the reason for that is that Iron Man doesn't save the day at the end. Plus, within the story of the movie, they're building up this character called the Mandarin, which is not a good payoff. And instead of having that character be the villain, who I don't know that this is the wrong Mandarin, the character we do get is easily defeated by Pepper Potts, and Iron Man gets rid of all of the suits and he gets rid of the thing in his chest. I'm like, this movie is stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And I don't like any of that stuff. So that's me not liking Iron Man 3 because of what I see on screen and because of what I know outside of the movie. Captain Marvel, the movie, my problems with Captain Marvel, the movie, are mostly due to what I know about Captain Marvel lore outside of the screen. But within the screen, I have some problems with it, but not that many. I think it's a fun movie. I like Brie Larson. I know everyone hates her. I like her. She's not a likable character, but I don't need her to be a likable character in that movie. She's a different character. I'm okay with that. My problems with Captain Marvel are what is outside. Monica Rambeau being shafted, Marvel being shafted, retooling the story so she's the daughter instead of being of the like the mom or whatever is Captain Marvel. That's garbage. So stuff like that. The Skrulls are now good guys, huh? Like, that stuff pisses me off. But within the movie itself, I only have a few problems doing the music. The music cues where some of them are bad. She's not likable enough. There's really the main fight could have been better, stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. So there's the movie and then there's the outside of the movie. So now, given that, what are your thoughts on some of these lower Marvel movies? Whew.
Okay.
Gray, go ahead, Gray.
Okay. Okay. See, I know, like with Iron Man 3, I came into it like, okay. I think one of the really big problems with it was that we didn't get to see enough Iron Man. We saw a lot of Tony Stark.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like that was a production issue. That was a actor issue. Like Robert Downey Jr. was like, I don't want to be in the suit all the time. I want them to be about me. I'm a movie star. It's about me and my ego. Where's my cocaine? What?
Now that you mention it, where's mine?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Fun fact. I was watching The Simpsons earlier, earlier this week, and they went to Hollywood and like, hey, look, they're filming a Robert Downey Jr. movie where he's shooting at the police. Like, wait a second, I don't see any cameras.
Yeah, that was really funny when they did that one. That was good.
Okay. So, Sean, did you hear my little spiel?
No.
Or no. We're saying, I'll say it real quick because Sean understands this. So, are you tense? Some of the Marvel movies that are on the bottom tier Marvel movies, are you tense because of the quality of the film you're watching itself, or because of the outside factors of what you know? So my example was Iron Man 3 pisses me off because it ruins Mandarin. That's an outside of the movie knowledge that I have, but it pisses me off because even within the movie, Mandarin doesn't do anything. The villain that they do have sucks. Iron Man's not in it that much. And Pepper Potts defeats everybody in the end, and he gets rid of the suits and cures his heart thing. I'm like, this is stupid. So that's two reasons. Captain Marvel, the movie, pisses me off because of this service to Monica Rambeau and Marvel. But within the movie, I only have a few problems. Like, I have some problems within the movie, but not as many as I do with Iron Man 3, for example. So that's what I'm saying. We're saying the movie versus your outside knowledge, and then what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I'd say like that's part of it, but like a lot of the times, the movies that I don't like to revisit for Marvel, I don't like them because of just the meandering writing. And
Okay.
it's like they meander a bit too. It's like Iron Man 2 and 3. Captain Marvel to me is meager because it's cool that honestly, when I think of Captain Marvel, I just think of the end fight because it's in the desert, it's daytime, she has an awesome costume.
Her costume is the damn
cool.
best.
But it's like the movie feels sort of like what is the point of this? Like, why did you make this? You know, and even like Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't watch that. I haven't watched it since since I saw it in the theater because it's like kind of. I know you revisited it and you liked it, but like it's sort of like this isn't even Ant-Man's movie. I don't know why he's on this mission. I don't really. So like the meandering writing, I find is what I don't like most of the movies for. But there are other ones like Iron Man 3 where he's not Iron Man in Iron Man 2 and 3, but he's more Iron Man in the Avengers movies. You know, if you like Iron Man, just watch the Avengers movies. Don't watch the Iron Man movies. You can watch the Iron Man movies for Tony Stark doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, Steve, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that like if it's stuff in the comics, it makes it and it's not close, it makes it disappointing. But then like when you see it on screen and you also just don't get good fundamentals, then it becomes bad. Like Iron Man 3 is an actually bad movie. It fails as an Iron Man film. Like, hey man, your way of looking at it is generally the best. I'm not saying that just to butter you up.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what is your rating of this as an Iron Man movie? And then what is your rating of this as a movie?
Right.
My rating of Iron Man 3 is bad for both. Because
I agree.
Because it's just like I'm sitting there through the entire film, and I've seen Iron Man 3 about 4 or 5 times now. And I've tried to unlock what this movie is trying to say and what it's doing. And it just doesn't make any sense. There's one line that is a throwaway line that a Guy Pearce will throw in, and you're supposed to then accept everything you're seeing because he said that one line, which doesn't work. It's not actually presented properly. There's not enough meaning in there. And I don't care about what I'm talking. I will say this, Iron Man 3, the stuff in the house is awesome. It's really good. How we got there is completely asinine because he just gave his address to a freaking terrorist.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
It's that hard to find out where he lives. I mean, like,
that's true.
That's true. Idiotic, but why would you help them? Why would you be like, come here's my house, show up. Well, he's showing up with rockets, you moron. Like, what do you think?
He has rockets.
The Mandarin is like a vampire. He can't come in unless you invite him in. No.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, with Captain Marvel, I consider Captain Marvel mediocre. It's got some problems. It shouldn't have been set in the 90s.
It really
should. Way too dark, especially at the beginning. Like the first mission is like might as well have been shot in the closet.
And also, why is she so young? Why she still look the same? Like she should at least age a little bit.
The aging is it's a thing, but like
powers or whatever. So,
no. They're trying to say Brie Larson ages like a black woman, which is not true. Okay.
She has powers, so her aging is all different. She has like all those ionic powers.
She's gonna age like Helen Hunt.
I'm more so in the J-Man camp where most of my problems with Captain Marvel are stuff I know outside. Monica Rambeau is horribly treated. Marvel is horribly treated.
Right, he's not even in it.
And Battle is anticlimactic as hell.
I agree.
There's just so many problems with it. I mean, if we wait till the very end for her to get her powers, and I'm like, I don't feel like she made that journey where it makes sense that she got it. Like, I don't.
It's just not a good movie.
You know what it is? They did to Captain Marvel what they did to Rey in the Star Wars movies. They just gave her power and didn't give her
No, you're right. But would I rank Captain Marvel is the worst? No, I would say Iron Man 2 and 3 are there. I would put Ant-Man and the Wasp there. I would put Thor: Dark World there. I would even conceivably put Incredible Hulk there because I really didn't like it.
Okay, all right, Steven, you and I are gonna fight. All right, like I was with you for a lot of it. Then you had to say that just died. Okay, he was.
So, Incredible Hulk, very quickly, because I know Arkham probably wants to talk about Batman stuff, and I want him to talk about Batman stuff, because Batman stuff right now is really cool.
Yes, Batman's doing good.
But like, problem with Hulk, very simple. He barely shows up in the movie, and he's not Hulk.
But the thing about it is though, with Hulk, they were treating it like it was a disease. Skeptic, we will hear your thoughts. I'm talking now.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. That's why I said it.
No, it's. I know they do that, but the problem is Hulk barely shows up. Abomination is not Abomination. Sorry, and they screwed up that design horribly. Not acceptable in my opinion. You know, and I just didn't buy the Thunderbolt Ross character. He was too over the top, in my opinion. He was way too over the top. Seriously, way too over the top. Like he was more like a traditional villain. Not quite, but he was too over the top. Like Thunderbolt Ross is supposed to be the guy who walks the line, where he's going a bit too far, but you get why. In this one, he was way too far over the line. And this actually ruined Civil War for me, because he came in as the Secretary of State. He's like, you guys did all these terrible things. I'm like, you let the Abomination out in New York. How many people do you think he killed there? And you're complaining about what these guys did?
That's probably why Bruce wasn't in the fucking movie.
Probably.
Oh yeah, good one.
I don't know. I really like Incredible Hulk a lot. I rewatched it again, except for Abomination's look, which is severely bad. Otherwise, I really like it a lot. And I know, Steve, you're saying the Hulk's not in it that much, but I watched both movies, and like he is in it a lot. Like, I don't know. It seems like he's in it more than the first one, or the second one is a lot shorter. Yeah. So the Hulk parts stand out more. And I mean, he's really only in 2 or 3 big scenes where it's like him as Hulk. But I mean, I don't know. It just flowed better. Like it just was faster paced. It got to where it was going quicker. Yeah. I liked Edward Norton running around. I felt a little bit more like the Bill Bixby show.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if we're comparing it to the Ang Lee Hulk, Ang Lee Hulk's got its own warts. But the problem is that I felt like there was more like they were almost setting up like they were almost setting it up like you could figure out when the Hulk was going to show up. He's going to show up. Oh, they're at the thing. There's a mill. Okay, Hulk will show up. Where I felt more like the Ang Lee, he may show up at any moment. Like it seemed more Hulk without there needing to be a big setup that the Hulk will show up. Whereas in the Incredible Hulk, it was transparently set up. Like, look, all the army people are here. Well, I guess the Hulk's going to show up. Where in the Ang Lee Hulk, it felt a lot more like he turns into the Hulk and then shit happens instead of shit happening and then he becomes the Hulk.
But the thing with the Ang Lee Hulk, though, the only reason why they had the Hulk pop up randomly is because you were falling asleep during the first 25 minutes. Like, I'm sorry, Ang Lee movies, they do that. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, you're like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah, they're long. They're needlessly long. I like the first Hulk movie. It was visually neat, and it was the only Hulk thing we had, so it was kind of cool. Like that was bigger budget. But I mean, rewatching them a bunch of times, it's like I'm less likely to rewatch that one, even though I still like it. And Jennifer Connelly's like awesome. Okay, Arkham.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, Arkham.
So what's going on?
When's your game coming out?
What game?
Gotham Knights coming out, bro. I've been waiting for over.
Oh yeah.
That comes out 2022.
2022.
Hey,
we could be dead by then.
Oh my god.
This had more pushbacks than the New Mutants.
Am I the only one that actually likes Arkham Knight? Like, I actually really like that game.
I can't say Skeptic. I never played it.
I played the game. Like, I don't like the story, but like comparing the mechanics, like the combat, I feel like the combat is best in Arkham Knight. You can do more and stuff like that.
It's honestly my favorite of the Arkham games.
you do get to drive the Batmobile finally, which
Yeah.
is something that has been missing in the first 3 games.
Oh,
Yeah, like
oh, yeah, skeptic. I'm sorry, real quick. You said that a Hulk can't make a good movie. No, you can make a really.
Oh,
good
I know. Yeah.
But you have to make the Hulk the villain and Banner the good
Yeah.
guy. That's how you have to do it. Like Hulk is supposed to be an unstoppable force of
Yeah.
nature. He's not a nice guy.
I want
Right.
Hulk to be a hero. I'm like an old school guy. Like Hulk's the hero. When you're reading Incredible Hulk as a kid, you're not pretending you're anyone but Hulk.
I like
Bruce
I like
Banner
it
can
cheesy.
Bruce Banner can take a long walk off a short pier. Like
Wow.
no one cares about Bruce Banner. He's not even in it. Steve and I started from scratch, going through all of the Hulk books, and literally there's literally like it's like issue no. It's like where's Bruce Banner? He's not even in them anymore. It's like at some point in time, Bruce Banner was just written out of his own book, and it was like just Incredible Hulk.
As a hot take,
Incredible Hulk, though, like every time I see him, I'm just like, oh, he's a Rachel Hulk. I'm really happy Betty's not around. Otherwise, she would have given him that Hank Pym special.
Did you just say Razel Hulk?
No, I'm happy.
Razel?
No, I'm happy that Betty's not around him. Otherwise, she would have gotten that Hank Pym special.
Oh god,
yeah,
I haven't seen
Yeah.
that yet. Steven, what's your hot take?
2 hot takes. First of all, the Bruce Banner character kind of sucks in the comics. He's really weak. Like he does. He sucks. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's the point. I think.
Yeah, he's terrible. Like, but it seems that, and you guys can let me know if you. But it seems like a lot of people are like, they're interested in his psychology, like newer fans maybe. Like,
I don't care.
And I'm like, I don't
know.
care about this character.
Just
at
spray
all.
shit.
Yeah, he's terrible. And Betty Ross is an absolutely horrible character at times. Really horrible character. Like,
Yeah, but nowadays it's okay because she's independent and like girl boss.
no,
She's
she's
up for herself.
But that's the problem is that she's completely insufferable in the comics at times. Like she turns into the Valkyrie, and you're like, you just want the Hulk to snap
What?
his frigging neck. Yeah, she turns into the harpy, not the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I call
Oh,
it.
there you go.
Oh,
Mark's
okay.
outside.
Hey.
She's exceptionally selfish. Like she seems to forget all the time that he's the Hulk because she's like, why don't you spend more time with me? I'm like, because he's the Hulk.
Also with Betty, to add on what you're saying, Steven, like it always seems like they were together and then she broke up with him out of for like no reason.
I mean,
Time.
like
like
if he,
no reason, and then it's like sorry, Bruce. Like, but then I still love you. Like, Bruce, we broke up. Like, bitch, you broke up 2 days ago. You were.
Yeah,
I mean, it must be a complicated relationship having sex with the Hulk or Bruce Banner. Like, what would that even be like?
You know what she was getting into? She likes that stuff. I bet. Look, I bet it was kind of like a Black Cat situation where she likes sleeping with the Hulk as opposed to Bruce Banner. But here's the thing: you got to get Banner in order to get to the Hulk.
Well, if you read Hulk Gray, she absolutely despises the Hulk. She hates him.
Why is she still?
Well, I think I know why. It's because the Hulk probably has a small penis, like a lot of bodybuilders.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he made Marlo Chandler happy as Joe Fixit, and she's a tall Amazonian woman. So, it's the Betty Ross character suffers from what a lot of the Marvel female characters are, and they're just not well written. Mary Jane Watson is a sort of nobody. Betty Brant is terrible. Aunt May is terrible for some of it.
Oh yeah.
Like they seem to really struggle with the female characters for whatever reason.
They always make them like really, really mean, like, or they just do stuff that like if they were a man, they were like, well, that's really mean, but because they're a woman, they
just seem like mean spirited for no reason at times. They just go off.
No accountability. No accountability.
Yeah,
they're very stereotyped in those old comics.
Yeah,
they're all about like their makeup and like why aren't you with me more and all that.
Yeah.
Bullshit, right?
Yeah, and you know what the good thing is though is that that today, with today's sensibilities and today's writing, you never get that anymore, except for Kevin Smith and He-Man. It's like that same crap is still happening now. It's like female characters, unless it's X-Men for some reason, it's like they still get the crappy writers. It's like Tila, brand new, 2021. Oh, it's all about me. You never told me. And it's like, oh my God. It's like this has been going on for 50 years.
50 years, that's a long time.
The only one who isn't like that is Kamala Khan.
Right, but she's right. Well, we'll see how she is in her show.
I mean, I'll be honest with you.
Get your ass to Mars. Get ready, boys. They're gonna shitify that character next. Who's gonna get dumped on now?
I mean, he's made a lot of great female characters, I think, in the comics. Like Miracle Molly's really interesting. The Gardener's really interesting. A lot of the characters are interesting in the Batman stuff who are female. Like,
yeah, I'm not saying all female characters. I'm just saying that like people are saying, oh, like I just bash He-Man a bit because it's like, oh, it's like this big revolutionary thing, and it's like, well, it's the same shit. It's still shitty writing. Honestly, you guys a pizza. Send me a pizza.
The problem with it is like that I can't believe it's revolutionary without even seeing it is Kevin Smith made it. Kevin Smith is not revolutionary. He's not. He's barely a filmmaker. So I'm like,
why do people like him so much?
No, because
he made a couple of okay movies in the start of his career, which I still didn't like. I only liked Dogma and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and that's because Dogma had some cool ideas, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is so outrageous. See, for me, it's like you have to go full. If you're gonna go absolutely outrageous, then I want like what Monty Python and the Holy Grail, like completely ludicrous, or I want it to be like normal. It's like, and Jay and Silent Bob is just outrageous ludicrousness. So it's like, it's just awesome. Clerks, it's like they're talking, and I'm like, and that was supposed to connect to me, but I watched Clerks, I thought, I don't know.
I don't like anyone.
I didn't like anybody. I'm like, screw these guys. And Clerks 2 is shitty. I hated that movie. Yeah. What was the other one? I didn't see Chasing Amy. Mallrats was okay. Like Dogma was the first one where I'm like, oh, this was actually pretty good. And I bought that one. I've got Dogma over there. And then I bought Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Yeah. And I think I bought Mallrats because it was cheap, and those are the only ones I own. I own Red State, but that was just because I got it for $1 when Blockbuster closed. Every movie was $1, so I just bought. I literally went to Blockbuster. Every movie was $1. I bought every Blu-ray they had. Like I literally bought all of it. I just bought the entire thing. I spent like $100. I got 100 movies, and I took them to my work, and I sold them all for $5 a piece. I made my money back.
That's how you make a profit.
I ended up making like a couple $100, and I still had a bunch of movies. I still got like about like 30 new movies that I didn't have.
That's a very good way.
Yeah,
I'm pretty good.
What do you think, Skip?
I was trying to remember what I was gonna say. Shit.
Oh, Will Ferrell was hilarious, and
he was. It was one of the few movies he was hilarious.
You were Judd Nelson. Yeah. Let's go cornhole us a drunk. Like what?
I liked Comic Book Men, I guess, as a knockoff of Pawn Stars.
Yeah, I liked Comic Book Men. I had the entire thing. I saved every episode. I downloaded every episode and saved it. But that's because Kevin Smith's hardly in it. He only has his jackass parts at the end.
That's true.
The Comic Book Men themselves, I like all of those guys. They came to Toronto. Yeah, they came to Toronto. I didn't go meet them, but they were in Toronto, and they seemed pretty cool. It's like we kind of watched them interact with people.
Nice.
But yeah, Ming Chang and all those
should
guys.
have had a cameo in their show.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not gonna happen. Has anyone gone to Secret Stash?
Nope.
No, wrong part. Wrong part of the country for me.
Yeah, it's Jersey, right?
Jersey.
He used to have one in LA. He used to be out of Laser Blazer.
Yeah,
they shut down.
Laser Blazer. That sounds like the Blaster Master Part 2 or something.
It was a movie. It was a movie store in LA. Apparently, he bought a lot of his movies there, and then he moved his comic book shop.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait. His name was Major Blazer.
Laser Blazer.
Laser Blazer.
Sounds like a gay porn name. Hey, Major Blazer.
To get your porn name, it's your first pet and the street you live on, and your first street. So mine was Jack Bergamot, and then when I moved to this other place, I was Jack Ronan. That is awesome. That is a killer good name.
Hey, mine is actually pretty good. Martin Plymouth.
Oh, that's really good.
Right? You don't know which way you're going with it.
Yeah.
It sounds dignified.
What's yours, Steve?
Rusty Van Brew.
Oh my!
Okay, all right, I see. So obviously you're going for a fake name.
Obviously.
Skeptic, what's yours? So it's a pet's name with the street that you lived on.
Okay.
This shouldn't be this
Benny
difficult.
Summit.
Oh, Benny Summit?
Yeah.
What?
You start off.
Sean, what's yours, Sean?
A child
That's
star.
the worst one. Like Paddington Atlee.
Oh,
That's not bad.
Paddington,
I like
that's
that.
funny.
You do really well overseas.
What about Arkham? What's your name?
So it's like the name of
A pet's name, your pet's name, and then the street that you live on.
that I have the terrible street name. I have like
Was it
my
Elm?
pet's name is Ginger, and the street name I live in Sagamore. So it's like
Ginger Sagmore.
yeah.
That's funny.
I like that.
That's good.
That sounds more like a female, though.
Tom Crime Alley.
I'm like, you know what? We don't know what the street that Batman scares for murder on. He's calling Crime Alley, so Crime Alley.
Yeah.
Sean, did you just kiss a Superman action figure?
Yes.
Sean?
He's
I
like,
didn't hear
go,
anything.
Skeptic's asking if you're making out with a Superman figure.
he's
Oh,
like,
he's
stay on my
dying.
business.
Strange
He's
how
frozen.
Skeptic asked that question and Sean's internet suddenly goes haywire.
Yeah, how convenient.
How convenient.
Are you good? Oh my god.
So Arkham, what are your thoughts? So I didn't read there's a Batman issue that just came out. I just started reading it, where he's running away and calling Black Canary and all, not Black Canary. He's calling Oracle and saying, "Oh, I think I'm losing my mind," and blah blah blah. So I haven't finished reading that one, but up until now, this Fear State's been pretty good, man.
Yeah, like I liked I finished I finished like reading all the Batman comics next week. I'm waiting for like the ones that are coming next week. I really liked the ending. Like I know I really liked the ending of Infinite Frontier issue 6. That was good. Like
I just got 6. I haven't read it yet. I got to read that tomorrow. I'm going to read that tomorrow along with Batman.
yeah, it's very good. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. With like a lot of the characters, mostly Batman, the Bat Family, and like the Justice League characters too. Like not all of them are amazing, but like a lot of them are very good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, you guys! I found out about this yesterday. Did you guys know there's a web cartoon called The Adventures of the Bat Family?
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
Yeah, it's
I
on
don't go on the
I
internet.
found that out. It's like Webtoon. It's like a partnership. What I heard, it's like Webtoon is not like the Webtoon that people are thinking of. Like it's like people were saying it was like a video or something like that. No, it's like a comic. It's like Webtoon is like a website, and DC partnership with comic books and stuff like that. Like it
I'm
looks
looking at it right now.
Yeah, I think you go on webtoon.com or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a comic. It's just panels.
I like it. You know what? I like it.
It's like a strip.
Yeah.
But
What am I missing here? What's
That would be crazy if that happened.
Oh, yeah, no. No one's gonna be in this room. This is the room of rooms.
Sean, can you hear anyone?
Yep. I can hear you now.
I found
So
this.
I'll ask again then if you can hear me. Were you
All right.
missing a Superman action figure?
Am I missing one?
Were you kissing Ma?
Well, I blew on it, and when I did that, I was like, it looks like I'm kissing it, isn't it? I get dust on his head.
Sean blew
Yeah.
Superman. That's confirmed right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, Gray, like, I don't know if, I think you should just admit you kissed it, because blowing it is, yeah.
That is
Probably
what is going on?
Why were you blowing on it? Was there something dirty on it? Were you just making the cape flow?
Oh,
could do that. Making that rise.
you like to laugh with the cape.
Does Wonder Woman ever have a cape?
Yep, she has a cape sometimes.
Yeah, it depends on her like uniform and stuff like that. Like
yep, there's a ceremonial cape too and stuff.
Yeah, but like she like her original like uniform in the comics, she doesn't usually wear cape or anything.
Okay.
It depends on it depends on what Earth it's from. There could be Wonder Woman that actually has a cape. There's multiple DC comics of Wonder Woman, so there could be eventually one with a cape with the original armor.
If you go back to when they were doing both Crisis Woman, where they had it, where they said Hippolyta or Hippolyta, however you say it, people say it different ways. She was the first Wonder Woman, so it's like she was part of the JSA. That was like that whole thing where they kind of merged everything up, and it was like it was like JSA wasn't Superman. It was actually like it was the JSA that you know, but there was no Superman, there was no Batman, and the Wonder Woman that was part of the JSA was Hippolyta, her mom, and she wore a dress and she used a shield and a sword. And that was Wonder Woman. And then Diana became the next Wonder Woman, and she has the lasso and all of that stuff. And she's made out of clay and all
Okay.
Hey, I always wondered about this. Has Wonder Woman ever had a villain who uses feminism in a bad way? Like
Captain Marvel?
No. Wonder Woman. Like one of her villains is manipulating the masses through like feminism, but she's actually doing really bad stuff with it, and you know what I mean?
Wouldn't
like Cersei uses like magic though, but
yeah,
I don't know,
she uses magic.
And Cheetah not really.
No.
That would be really interesting for her to have a character, like a villain that you can't really hit right away. You have to really think. You have to expose them. I think that'd be really cool.
Oh, I see some art where Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel are fighting.
Like Shazam, you're talking about?
No, I mean Captain Marvel, like from Marvel.
Like Carol?
Oh, someone just did fan art?
The other thing too is we have to say Carol, because when someone says Captain Marvel, I cannot I can't not think of Shazam.
Yeah, you live with the live action series from the 70s, didn't you?
Yeah. Didn't Marvel win like the lawsuit against the name and stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
But now they can't call him. But Captain Marvel, I mean, he was Fawcett from like way 100 years ago, and it's like, and then it was always Captain Marvel, and there was always two. It was Marvel, and then it was Captain Marvel. But it's like nobody really cared. It was like there was the Marvel Captain Marvel and the DC Captain Marvel. The problem is that once you change Shazam, it's a snowball effect, because now he can't say his own name because that changes him. Yeah. Now there's no Captain Marvel Jr., so what do you call Captain Marvel Jr.? Yeah. Right? It's like Mary Marvel is not Mary Marvel. So like it's like the snowball effect of shit. It's like what do we call all these people?
Are they canceling the Captain Marvel 2 for Miss Marvel? Like what is happening with Captain Marvel 2?
They're going to be the Marvels.
The Marvels.
Yeah, they're going to make it an ensemble piece because Brie Larson's not a movie star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't.
Wait,
people don't like her.
Okay, what's your hot take?
Brie Larson. The only reason why Captain Marvel is getting called Captain Marvel Squad is because Brie Larson has shown that she's not a movie star.
How has she shown that?
I don't think that's a hot take because everyone hates her. So
yeah.
No, and also like think about it, like if a movie star should be able to like hold a movie together by themselves.
That's
everybody else has done that. Downey's done that. Even ScarJo's done that. Every
ScarJo.
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Scar from Lion King.
Oh, Okay, fair enough.
He could hold a movie.
No, but like the thing about it
Maybe.
is, Brie Larson has shown that she cannot hold a movie by herself. Nobody. She comes off as unlikable. She needs to be a part of an ensemble movie.
I like
That's
your
it.
YouTube channel.
I don't think I don't think her I don't think it's her. It's just that's the way they did that character. Because like she's in other movies that have done really well, and she's won an Oscar.
Name one movie that she's done that's been successful because of her.
Wasn't there that one movie she directed and Samuel Jackson was in it? I don't know if it was successful.
I saw that Unicorn Store, but that didn't do well.
That doesn't count.
No, but I'm not. I don't like. It's like, but I mean, name one movie. I don't know. Like, did Robert Downey Jr. do any other movies besides Iron Man? Like to me, he sucks. Yes. I don't like any other movie. Like, in my opinion, I don't like any other movie.
Bartlett, Due Date, The Judge.
Don't know any of these.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. What came out first? Sorry, Steven.
Yeah, Chaplin. He was nominated for that. He's a talented guy.
Did Tropic Thunder come out before?
But did you go see Chaplin because it was Robert Downey Jr. or because it's about Charlie Chaplin?
I was 8 when it came out.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like Chaplin's a good. I like Chaplin, and I own Charlie Chaplin movies, but I'm not. I never went to go see a movie because it was Robert Downey Jr.
No, that's fair.
Right, and I never went to go see a movie because it was Brie Larson either. Though I'd be more willing to see it for her than I would be seeing it for him.
So I think though, you run into one of two classes, and this is going to sound slightly like elitist, but bear with me.
Go for it.
You got the movie stars who play the same character all the time. You know what you're going to get.
Jim Carrey.
And you basically show up because that's what you're going to get. So that's your Schwarzenegger, your John Wayne, those sort of characters. A Bogart, I guess. So Bogart was a little bit more versatile than that.
He was more versatile, but anyways,
but like still, when he was playing Philip Marlowe or Sam Spade, you knew what you were going to get.
Yeah.
And then you have your quote unquote actors who basically play different characters, and you're going more so because A, they're talented and they can disappear into the role, and B, because of the movie they're making. So yeah,
like, let's say Helena Bonham Carter. I find her to be like
Don Cheadle is a perfect example, Gray, and like Johnny Depp was that for a while, right? Like these guys who can disappear into a role, they're actors, and you basically, I don't know if you go because of them, you go and appreciate their talent, but it's more so you're also going to see the movie. I would say Brie Larson's probably more of a actress and a movie star, but that's not bad. I mean,
but also
maybe. Sorry.
Oh no, go. I'm sorry, Skeptic. Go.
I mean, there could be a movie she's really good in someday. I mean, I don't know.
I gotta ask you.
Hey, it's sick up. You know what? Also, someday I could also do crack. That's
I gotta be honest with you.
You already?
I've seen a few Brie Larson films. She's not bad in any of them.
No. But it's part of an ensemble because, like, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. She was only in.
Oh
it,
yeah.
15 minutes.
I forgot she was in that.
15 minutes. Like there's other movies.
Free Fire, Kong Skull Island, Just Mercy. Just Mercy or Michael B. Jordan made?
Yeah. That was Michael B. Jordan. But like,
I feel like it depends. Like, with Captain, like, I feel like someone can do good acting, but if the script's just terrible, she can also be terrible in that movie too. Like, I think I'm not even sure if I'm going to watch the second one, but it always could be good, and she can improve her acting. I just
I can tell you what happened on Captain Marvel. Here's what happened. The hype train. The producers came up and said, Brie, you're going to be the new strong female. Everyone's going to love you. Everyone's going to dress up for you as Halloween. You're going to speak to all these women. Isn't that great? Yeah, that's great. And then she's like, I've got to do this movie. Then she goes in and she's all pumped up. Yeah, we're going to do this great movie and all that. And then it's like, well, no one really likes it. You made some stupid comments on Twitter and social media. It's antagonizing comments. And it's like, this movie was mediocre. It ignored comic book lore. So it pissed off comic book fans. It pissed off regular people. It wasn't that great. It was some boring parts in it. So a lot of things got messed up in this movie, but they kept saying it was going to be this great thing, and then because they said all of that, they got forced to run with that, and they kept, instead of course correcting and saying, okay, you know what, this movie wasn't the movie that everyone wanted, and it wasn't the movie that we wanted to show you. We messed up a little bit. Perhaps in part 2, we're going to go ahead and make this a little bit more exciting. We're going to make her more of a hero. She's going to go around and do good things, and you're going to be excited for her because she's always a mope. She's always like a stick in the mud. Even in the other movies, like, well, I can't just save Earth whenever because I got other stuff to do. It's like, why are you being such a bitch? It's like, just right now, I'm being serious, and I like Brie Larson. But I'm saying it's like, why? Like, she just showed me like, look, guys, I'm so sorry I couldn't be her.
Isn't she a bitch like in the comics though? Like,
no, she's not. No, she's a bit weird in the comics because I've been reading all the comics up till now. I skipped the last 2 because I'm kind of like, she's trying to learn magic. It's stupid. But the thing is, it's like that's fine. If in a comic, it's fine because you're still reading paper and art, right? You can you get into different characters, but in a movie, you're supposed to be following this person. And look, when Captain America shows up, you're like, fucking yeah, baby, here we go.
I get that. I mean, like, Henry Cavill's a great actor, but that's not going to save Man of Steel or Batman v Superman.
That is true.
Like,
Henry Cavill has a monumentous
she also said a lot of stupid comments. I think the one that has to do with men and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I heard like, I don't care. Something to do with like, I don't care if men don't see my movie or something.
No, that's not what I actually watched that entire thing. And based on that one entire thing, people have literally obliterated her. It's so stupid. It's like, guys, we're big enough to get over it. I heard what she said, and it's like I understood what she meant, but didn't agree with how she said it. But that doesn't mean I'm an idiot. I'm like, okay, I understand what she's trying to say. That was just poorly. That was not said very well. So I'm not going to say, let's cancel her, because to me, that is cancel culture. Cancel culture is based on someone's belief. We cancel them. Whether that's a belief that we all agree with or we don't all agree with, or if all of the people on the left agree with or all the people on the right agree. I don't care who agrees with what. It's like, now, if you don't like the movie, you don't like the movie. That's a different issue. If you don't like it, that's fine.
I don't like cancel culture. Like a lot of people say stupid stuff. Like,
exactly.
Well, but here's the thing with cancel culture, like, what did they really do? It's like, oh, you did something wrong.
Yeah, they didn't do anything. So what?
Cancel culture is not consistent. Like, some people will get canceled for what they say, some people won't.
That's right.
Yeah, like,
And it's also a moving yardstick. Like, okay, give me a list of things I cannot say. Well, no one can do that because it's whatever they decide at that precise moment in time.
Yeah,
So
but you're fixing logic to it. It's all selective. It's McCarthyism. It's the modern era of that. You know,
Right.
it's like, I don't like this, I don't like that. You know, it's like how many people denigrated Michael Jackson for the accusations against him and still play like mega Michael Jackson music all the time.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, like,
some things are not to other things.
Sean Connery is a major sexist, but I mean, you haven't heard anybody canceling him.
And he said in many occasions that I would hit a woman, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
But
He believes in
like
equality.
Chicanery, right? You know?
He believes in equality.
Yeah. Listen,
You guys are chauvinists. If you want to hit a woman, that you don't believe in equality. I'm an equal opportunity ass kicker.
Do you hit your wife? You hit your wife, gay man?
Of course not. We of course not.
Unless she enjoys it.
I wouldn't hit anybody because I just can't. I would threaten to hit people. I'm a good verbal battler, but
So you threaten your wife?
No, of course not. Why would I threaten her?
I'm just
Why am I
joking.
threatening people?
I'm not trying to cancel you.
No, I know. It's impossible. I can't be canceled. I'm uncancelable. I'm like Walking Dead. You just can't cancel this show. It's just gonna keep going
until you're at 1K subs at least.
So yeah, that is true. Then I can't be canceled. You're right.
Yeah, they're offended over.
Yes, I agree. Double C.
The problem
Thanks for
isn't
joining
cancel culture, really. It's, to be honest with you, it's not cancel culture. It's the people who listen to cancel culture.
yeah.
Oh,
That is the problem.
only on the Fantom Zone are you going to hear such high level analysis. You are all for Steve's.
I'm like, I wish you would cancel me. Exactly.
There you go.
Like I would be
And
like
he was
CM
canceled
Punk.
at one point.
I
He
would be like
was.
CM Punk at in 2011, saying like, "Oh, you want to cancel me? I cancel all of you."
I'm gonna cancel you first.
You just it's just like the people who listen to cancel culture is a problem because you're always going to have some crazy person who's like, I don't like that, you should get rid of it. Like that's been since the Salem freaking witch trials. I don't know what to tell you about that, but like
Oh,
people who
no,
listen to that stuff,
scorching take.
yeah, well, the people who listen to that stuff though, that's the problem. People who enforce what the cancel culture say, that is the freaking problem. That's the people you got to go after.
Also, the thing about it is, though, like people don't want to think for themselves. They would just want to go with the most moralistic person. Like, oh, that person should never be able to say, like, okay, calm down. All right.
Yeah.
We all say bad stuff. We all
Yep.
say, like, hey, have I been accused of being a racist? Yes. But if I won't say anything that I wouldn't say to your face. Like,
Right.
I'll say it twice. That's it. Like,
What would you
Well,
say
you
to
got to
somebody?
think about problems we have. Like my buddy, I have a friend, Steve and I have a friend who lives in Israel, and he literally saw rockets outside of his window. And we're here on Twitter, oh, I don't like this trailer. You know, effing cancel this guy. And it's like, really? You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool if he's like living next to a launch site for a
Well, he
space
lives
shuttle,
too.
right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm just joking.
Take care, Greg.
Oh, see you, Greg.
Oh, did
Yeah,
Greg
no.
go? Oh no,
Yeah.
he died.
That's it. So, soon as we played the race card, he left.
Oh my god! Fuck. I'm sorry. My fiance just came home and it scared the shit out of me.
It sounds like you
I thought you were going to stop at my fiance came
oh
home.
my god!
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening here? It's like I didn't know you guys were into Shiza videos.
Oh, he,
I just
Right.
Well, so fierce. Let's talk. Okay, so Fear State is so Steve. Well, I guess Arkham and Steve, you got the whole thing, right?
I don't have any.
Yeah, I haven't read
Yeah.
Batman 112 yet. but-
Okay, so
I
I haven't read
already read
it either. Yeah, Arkham read it. What about
I read very fast.
Arkham? Do you get them on digital or do you go to the comic shop or what do
I
you
go
do?
to. This is what I do. Like I put like a whole week's 2 weeks worth of everything and just grab it and read it. Like
Okay. Yeah, like I converted almost everything to digital except for Superman and Wonder Woman just because or Action Comics and Superman and Wonder Woman just because I always get Superman and Wonder Woman comics. But like for Batman, there's so much to get that like it like if you collect Batman, it fills up boxes so quickly.
yeah.
So it's better to just go to digital. Okay, Skeptics.
I gotta go. My fiance's he invited somebody to dinner and I have to go all of a sudden because I don't know. It's very
All right.
random. All right, be safe,
All
guys.
right.
Dinner skeptic.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Take care.
Skepta did before he left. He did have a question on.
Oh, what was his question?
I think DC fandom and stuff
Yeah,
like
he
that.
said,
Oh,
what are
DC
your hopes?
fandom.
Like,
I don't know because the thing is like, okay, guys, a lot of people are jumping to Substacks. Like I've been checking that out and like shit, everyone's jumping on board to this thing, and DC and Marvel are losing. You're going to be left with. I hate to say this, but you're going to be left with the SJW writers because like all of the high quality writers are getting the F out and going into Substacks. And they're going to just be doing their own stuff. And you're going to be left with these like agenda people. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm a bit nervous for the comics because you lose a few of these people and you're screwed. Because like,
What's Substacks, J-Man?
yeah,
check
I
it out.
know what that is.
okay, so what that is it's like a platform and you can do your own comics or newsletters. So check it out. So Steve, you could do it too. Like you just start it up and you could just publish your own stories on there and people follow you and buy them. And it's sort of like Patreon, but if you're a writer.
Okay.
So think of it like Patreon for YouTube videos. So if I had a Patreon, I could have different tiers. So for $1, you support me. For $2, I send you my videos before I send them to the internet, or put them online or how many tiers you have. Now Substacks is the same kind of thing, but it's for writers. So Hickman's already bailed. What's his face from who's oh my god, who's the Batman writer? What was the I think Tom King bailed, but somebody else just bailed.
Snyder.
Snyder bailed. I believe Snyder's going to I think he's going to Substack. List of DC comic creators going to Substack. Let's see who else is going.
So it's like both DC and Marvel.
Anybody, any writer can, like, I can do it if I want to. You gotta just look for who's leaving. Like, there's a way, because it's like everyone's like Rob Liefeld was going to be on there. Because the thing is, manga is kicking the crap out of everything, because manga doesn't have any politics or agenda. It's just stories, and everyone's happy with it. Nobody's pissed off. And anytime they try to adapt it in an English format, it's garbage, right? Of course. But anytime they do it in an anime format, it's great. Everyone loves it. So it's just a total fail. And the other thing too is that, what was the other thing I was looking at? King Spawn #1, which recently came out, that got 497,000 copies sold of King Spawn #1, which is like a new Spawn series. Yeah. And guess what? Todd McFarlane is on social media all the time saying, "I'm so excited about Spawn. You know, fans are the best." He fucking likes and shares every stupid thing that Rob Liefeld, anything I post, he immediately likes on Facebook and comments and gives me fist pumps. Everything. I just bought 2 comics. I bought the Daredevil comic and Kazar, and I took a picture. Immediately, he likes it in 2 seconds. And everybody, I posted like 2 weeks ago, I bought his cover for one of the X-Men books. I'm still getting I've got 200 likes on this, on just Rob Liefeld's Facebook, not even on Twitter. And Todd McFarlane's constantly, "Oh yeah, fans, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for supporting Spawn, blah, blah, blah." And then you go to DC and Marvel and arguing with them. Dan Slott is like, "You guys are effing bullshit." It's like, Todd McFarlane's looking to make money, right? Like, whether he likes you or not, it doesn't matter. The fact is, anything you post, he immediately likes. And then he's like, "Here's a preview of what's coming up. Here's the sketchbook," That's how you fucking sell 500,000 fucking copies of Spawn, who's a bit of a tired character, right? Like, is there a Spawn movie? There's no Spawn movie. There's no Spawn cartoon. There's nothing. Why is Spawn outselling Batman? That's outrageous, right?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But because Todd McFarlane is pumping this shit all day long, Spawn, and then he loved like every Rob Liefeld stuff. People don't like him, yeah, but his stuff sells out. Every time I go to the comic shop, I have to have a thing saying, "Anything Rob Liefeld's name is on, please save for me," because I go there and it's gone. Because everything people talk to him, he's like, "I love you, you're the best." Now, if you get mad at him, he blocks you. He does block you. But the thing is like, if you like him, he immediately reshares your tweets. He like reshares bullshit stuff. People, my God, they put a picture from like a 20-year-old thing. "Oh, I like this thing," and then he's like, "Oh, this is great." Shares it, and you're like, why?
J-Man, how much? How much do? And I think this is the point. How much do Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld and those guys talk about politics? Hardly on.
Zero.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Listen, Rob Liefeld likes everything that comes out. And you know what? If he doesn't like something, he actually won't talk about it. And Sean listens to the podcast now too. Notice how there's no Loki podcast.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
But also, he has good points. Like, he talks about Planet of the Apes, and he said he likes the new ones enough, but his problem is that they take the stance of the apes, and that's not Planet of the Apes to him.
Right.
But anyone who likes that is fine,
Yeah. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, that I always knew there was something off about those movies, and that's what it was. There's no horror element to it because it's all in the point of view of the apes.
I know. Right. He does make points, and he pumps shit up. Look, he likes the Zack Snyder movies, and he's pumping the shit out of those. He did a whole an hour-long thing about how great the Zack Snyder movies is. He keeps pumping, and so even if I don't agree with them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
the point of it is, I don't agree with that at all.
It's awesome.
But the point of it is that he's not talking about politics. He's not. He may as well be doing what we're doing every week. He comes on and says, "Oh man, I just watched fucking What If. It's so great." And you're like, "What If's trash." And he says, he goes, "Oh, the old comics are so good." He's basically saying the old comics are better, but he's still pumped up for anything. He's like, yeah, because he talks about comics, he talks about movies, he talks about TV shows, he talks about music, he talks about pulp culture. He doesn't talk about his political views. He doesn't talk about COVID. He doesn't talk about anti-vaxxing. He doesn't talk about Biden and Trump and cancel. He doesn't talk about any of that. It's all comics, movies, toys. That's it. And guess what? His stuff sells out. Todd McFarlane. Has that name been that relevant in the last? My God, when's the last time that name was relevant? When Spawn 1 came out?
Yeah.
How can Spawn be selling 500,000 copies? That's crazy, right? I was shocked at that number because I know a lot of people are picking this Spawn thing up, but I didn't buy it. And then I'm thinking, shit, I should have bought that. But
I think Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, Eric Larson, people who have eat, slept, and breathed these comics since their heyday in the 90s and have stuck with it. Mm-hmm. I think people are now going back to them saying, you know what, these guys are the champs. It's like it wasn't just a stepping stone thing to them. Like they love this stuff, you know. Like Todd McFarlane doesn't like draw and stuff, but like he started his own toy company because he wanted to make cool toys. And to this day, it's like it set the standard, really. I mean, everything from Jack Specifics onward, like took their cue from the Todd McFarlane toys. Like that sculpting of them and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, like, and he's still producing the comics. He still writes them and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's like this guy's pumped up for stuff that we like. He doesn't want to, like, Rob Liefeld doesn't want to go direct films.
Yeah.
He's like, I like doing comics because comics are cool.
He's not The Rock. He'll wrestle for 4 years and be a movie star for like 25 years.
Right. The Rock, right. Dwayne Johnson went to wrestling. His dad and granddad did it. And he's like, oh, wrestle for a bit. And the first 2 years of that shit character or whatever, the Rocky Maivia character.
He was terrible.
Preach. Yes, we're preaching. and then the Rock's like, F this wrestling. This is for suckers. It's like, I'm going to be in these movies.
Hit every day. Like, forget this.
Why am I getting punched in the face every day? This is bullshit. And then he went on to movies, and it's like, F this thing. And then he comes back for an appearance, 1 or 2, and everyone's like, it's like, guys, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about
there, and he's weighing like Speared by Goldberg or being Jungle Cruise.
Right. I still haven't watched Jungle Cruise, but it looks really cool to me.
I thought it was fun, man. Whatever.
Oh, I started watching.
It looked cool. Like it gives me a little type of Indiana Jones kinds of vibes.
Right.
Yeah, there's villains in it that I didn't know were in it. Which I thought were fun.
Oh, cool.
And each one has a different power, so yeah.
Did you guys need to see Escape Room Part 2, Tournament of Champions or something?
I need to watch Escape Room Part 1.
Like the first one. So.
Okay, well,
is it Netflix or not?
No, it's not Netflix.
Okay.
It's J-Man Flix. I can
It's the J-Man channel.
It's J-Man. I watched the first 50 minutes of it. I didn't turn it off because I was watching it during my lunch hour, and then like I just was getting so many emails that I had to stop it, and then I just never got a chance to go back. And then for dinner we watch Star Trek, and then I went on to here. So The Rock does it for the money. Oh yeah, of course. He needs that money. That's what he wants.
Rock wants to get paid.
I hope like at DC Fandom we see like some or like a trailer or something like that. When does Black Adam come out anyway? Does it come out?
That's a good question.
Does it come out 2022 or is it 2023?
Black Adam 2022. Yeah. DC Fandom's coming up. When is that coming up? That's pretty soon.
October 16th.
Fandom. Yeah. October 16th.
Like,
okay.
I'm excited. Like for me, like I'm a DC fan. I like everything basically.
Yeah, that's
like,
good. Me too.
Like I'm excited. Like I know like people that really like the Snyderverse are not gonna be happy and stuff like that. Like I understand that. Like they can express however they want to do, but like I'm excited what we're getting. I'm excited we're gonna get a trailer for the Batman. That's gonna be excited.
Yeah.
We're also gonna get like a bunch of announcements, video game trailers and stuff like that. And like we're gonna get our first footage of the Flash.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a DC. I'm a fan of DC, Marvel, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So this is why I don't take shits on too. I get angry. We get, and we're labeled as haters sometimes too, which I don't really get because like I buy everything. So how am I a hater? I spent money and bought everything. I own more than
I buy everything.
yeah. Well, I know you're reading every comic, so it's like so I'm not a hater or whatever. It's like if I don't like something, I'm going to tell you I don't like it. I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. But like I am always a fan for the next thing to come out. I don't like if the Snyderverse is done, that's good. Now let's get on. What's the next thing going to be? And if that thing's not good, then I'll see what the next thing is going to be. Someone asked me today that emo Batman. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that actually. Double C. I heard that there's like some really frightening bits, and I'm starting to think that scares me away a little bit. It scares me in a different way because I'm like, I don't want this to be like a horror movie. Like it needs to be Batman. Like I still want Batman to be Batman, right? Like I don't want it to go too far. Like even the Zack Snyder movies didn't go that crazy. Like they were brighter than they were brighter than Dark Knight and all that, I would think.
Yeah. Like
because Dark Knight was getting a little too much.
I don't mind Batman going a little darker. Like I don't want it too dark, but like what I always wanted in like a Batman movie is like she more like the detective version of Batman that we never see that. Like we only see that in comics. See more like the brutality of Batman, like interrogation and stuff like that. Like in the comics, you always see like Batman like breaking, beating up criminals and breaking criminals' body parts and stuff like that. But we don't see like that brutality of Batman that much, really.
Right.
I want to see like the Batman that we know that he's a detective. Like he's detective. You see the brutality and fighting criminals, like, but we don't really get that at all in movies for some reason.
Right.
I wish it was just one villain. I wish they would just do like because Scarecrow's hot right now. I wish they just would have done something like just Scarecrow, and then just one villain. Batman's investigating a series of crimes where people are losing their minds and going fearful. Regular average people who are good people go crazy and commit some sort of heinous crime. And Batman's investigating. The cops have can't figure it out. He finds the clues, follows the trail, figures out it's this professor. We see Scarecrow scenes where he's pumping people full of gas or whatever. It doesn't have to be Scarecrow. Pick anybody. Pick Mr. Freeze. Okay, so all of a sudden people have.
I would like to see Scarecrow in live action, like
the proper Scarecrow.
A proper Scarecrow that you see the full like his full costume. You see the fear toxin and stuff like that, and Batman he's going into Batman's psyches and stuff like that. And Batman's trying to fight like Arkham Asylum. If you ever played the game, like the most of the time he goes half of the time is mostly Scarecrow. Like he bumps into him like 3 times or something like that, and like I think like. It's probably not. I'm hoping like the second movie, like of the Batman, maybe it will be Scarecrow because like I like Joker. Like he's one of my favorite Batman villains. But I want to see Scarecrow get his chance. Like,
yeah, I'm done with Joker.
I agree. Like I think like Joker's been done right in my opinion. Like you can go through one like. Either through one portrayal or through the combination of portrayals, you've pretty much seen every type of Joker you can get, right? Which is fine, and I'm happy we got this many variations of the Joker, and that's cool. I would like to see normal Penguin. I would like to see non-ridiculous Riddler. I would like to see Scarecrow in a costume. I would like to see non-ridiculous Mr. Freeze. There's been a lot of characters who have either not been given the big screen treatment or haven't been treated.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say fairly, but I think they could show us a more accurate version of those characters like Penguin. I don't want to say Penguin wasn't done fairly because I really like the Danny.
But it's not comic Penguin, even though I absolutely love Danny DeVito. But yeah.
Like Catwoman, I think we've had a lot of variations.
Yeah,
and
she doesn't need to be back.
I don't really need her back. I think we've gotten a lot of them, but there's been so many characters in the Batman universe who we haven't gotten properly.
Yeah.
And I would love to see all of those characters done properly.
Yeah, like I do still think we'll get Joker, but I feel like they're going. I think Matt Reeves is going to sideline him, like maybe like add him like a like add a like side, like he's not gonna be the main villain or something like that.
I think the question, Arkham, and where I'm sort of like here on Matt Reeves as the Batman is simply this. I don't want to see us become like the Nolan verse because we've got.
Oh, I do not like you. I'm sorry. Like people might hate me. I do not like. I don't like it's more a realistic Batman for the Nolan. But like the one thing that I really didn't like is he wasted a lot of characters, like Scarecrow. Like he was basically wasted. A lot of the characters that he introduced or something like that were mostly killed off or just wasted, and he didn't really use, and he didn't even use any of like the other rogues gallery. Like we could have seen like we could have seen like Riddler or something like that, but a lot of people say that Christopher Nolan doesn't like fantasy, so like
no, he doesn't like it.
He doesn't like fantasy. Like, but we've had like the Tim Burton Batman, who is like a little more gothic, a little more fantasy-ish, and then we got the Schumachers, which were way over the top.
Yeah.
And then we got the Nolan verse, which was too realistic, and then I don't even know if we call the Snyderverse Batman because we didn't really get a solo Batman movie. He was always with someone.
We never did.
Right. So we still
might consider Batman versus Superman maybe a Batman movie, like somewhat,
but not in the sense that where he's fighting a villain that matters to us.
Right.
Like, I don't want him fighting Superman. I want him fighting the Scarecrow.
Yeah, or like Joker or something like that.
We still haven't seen quite the movie where it's like the Batman comic come to life.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping that they do in the Batman, but I'm not sure only because they haven't given it to us to this point.
Yeah.
There's too many people in it already.
I'm hoping I'm hoping we get like that Batman that like everyone wants to see. Like I like a Batman like I don't mind like this is year 2 Batman. I'm fine with that. Like probably half of his rogues gallery is there. I'm hoping because I know like people like Matt Reeves says he's done a lot of research. Like the one thing that I really appreciate with directors is they do the research, research, read the comic books, and grab that story or idea and bring it to the big screen. That's the one thing I appreciate from Matt Reeves because like when I think at the first DC Fantom, he talks about a lot and he talks about like how much research he done and stuff like that. And like he even gave Robert Pattinson homework and it sounds like school basically.
Read your comics, boy.
Yeah, here's your comics, read it. But like I want to see more directors go deep dive into the comic lore and be like understand the more the character. I want to see that more.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. All right, guys, we're gonna close this off in a minute. I just want to do a couple of things real quick. Number one, in the beginning of this stream, I did post a link to my it's at the top. If you go back to my Facebook group, if anybody wants to join it, it's for DC Comics Presents. It's on there. And then also I wanted to mention that tomorrow, the 3 of us are going to be on the Action Elite. So make sure you go check that out. That's the Action Elite. I've got a link to it in my on my main screen and in the description of the videos. And we're going to be talking about Steven Seagal on Deadly Ground. So if you want to support the Inuit community, you have to be on the stream tomorrow because this is all about them and their plight and everything. And so we're going to talk about that movie. We're going to talk about that movie tomorrow.
Right.
And I do have a feeling though I'm going to have to I might be fighting with people. I think it's gonna be on deadly ground for me tomorrow. So we're gonna
There'll
see
be hot takes all over the place.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens tomorrow. So we're gonna be there tomorrow, and then Sunday we're gonna come back. We're gonna hopefully see What If and all that other stuff, and I'll read the Batman
Before
comics.
you go, did you watch What If?
No, but I will watch it before Sunday. We'll talk.
I'm not sure if you're gonna like it or not. You're
Yeah,
probably
I'm probably
not.
not. I'm probably not.
probably
gonna like it.
won't.
Like
Since it's not
most of the
anything
What
else.
Ifs episodes were like, there's
they've all
nothing
been-
special really because like it feels like they're just grabbing Marvel movies and just making a teeny difference, but
Yeah,
they're not doing like original story.
No.
Right.
And that's the problem. But the other thing too, like, and this episode does that a lot as well. There's nothing significant here, and I have a feeling all they're doing is just seeding future stories in What If and maybe the MCU as well. Like, guaranteed, the last couple episodes will be a crossover of all of these different multiverses interacting or something like that.
Not the Doctor Strange one.
Yeah, well,
because that one's dead.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Then we'll see you hopefully tomorrow. If not, then Sunday. I gotta go. Take care.
Bye.